Hello. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to our session on UI designing. So, in today's live class, we are going to discuss how we can create user interface designs for mobile applications and web applications. So, we'll quickly start our session. We are going to observe that how we are going to create industrial projects in our summer training 2020. This program, Summer Training and Internship 2020, is a combination of program where you guys are going to get to know about different technologies, which starts from programming fundamentals. You're going to understand about technologies which are used in the industry today. These technologies include technologies like data science and machine learning, ethical hacking. You will also be able to design products. These products needs technologies like web application design. So we will be using these technologies as well. So in a combination of all these technologies, our objective is to accomplish the requirements of the industry. So, as you guys know, in order to come up with a big product, there needs to be a combination of technologies. Like you need to have a base technology which is going to solve the problem. So, you will be developing a solution using a technology. Now, delivery of this solution has to be with a form factor. And what could be a form factor? A form factor is anything like the form with which you are going to provide the solution to the user. As you all know, mobile phones are very common in today's scenario, and every user in the world uses a mobile device. So what you can do is you can make the solution and you can deliver that solution in form of a mobile application to the users worldwide. As well as we all can design web applications also. So second to mobile applications designing is the web applications part, which we can design and we can deploy these web applications over cloud servers so that worldwide people will be able to access them. Now, our today's session is organized with a theme in order to understand the latest design concepts and to implement these design concepts using the tools and export your custom designs, export the designs which you can think of to programming codes. So it's very easy. Even if you're not a programmer, this session is going to let you understand that how you can quickly design any application with your thought process or else with the existing resources, the resources like uplabs, where a lot of designers all over the world collaborate and they show their designs. You can make use of these designs, and using these designs you will be able to customize the designs as per your product needs, and then you will be able to export these designs in form of applications. So we will be conducting that particular concept from designing to code today in our session. Moreover, I would like to confirm to all the summer training participants and interns that this session is very crucial and very important for all of you to design your projects. So let's say once you are done with the technology, the company is going to provide you an internship project, which will be an industrial internship project. This project could be of different categories. It could be an easy category, it could be a medium category, or else an advanced category, depending on the evaluations and the skills you have. So you will be working on these projects with your mentors, with your team members, with the developers, and you will be designing these applications, these projects, so that the world can use it. So let's just get started with designing these applications. So as far as our today's objective is concerned, I have brought to you, we will be designing a Facebook kind of application, and using that application, we are going to finally export that application into an Android code. So let's get started. So before we start our session, I would like to quickly introduce you about Hackveda. Hackveda is a total learning solutions where we have brought for the audience courses more than 900 of different categories. These courses are delivered via artificial intelligence classrooms online and video-based support. So here today you are having a live session with me, and post the session, you also will get access to the video of today's session where we will be designing our concept of UI designing. So let's go for it. Now, one more thing I would like to quickly introduce. Now, as of now, Hackveda has got approximately 1309, maybe more would have added by the time I have loaded this presentation. So we have approximately 1300 interns, those who have registered for this event. So I would like all these interns and participants to understand today's concept, understand how designs can be exported so that it is the process of designing the user interfaces and the applications become extremely easy, and you will be able to design any such application which you can ever think of. So let's get started. So here I have, before we begin, I would like to quickly introduce you with some of the important things which we will be taking up. First, I would like to take you to uplabs.com. Uplabs.com is a website which you can consider as a collection of designs. One of the top material designs for mobile applications, for web design, for iOS designing, for Android designing, for branding and marketing are available over here. Now, our today's objective is to come up with designs for mobile devices. In the coming sessions, definitely we will be discussing about various design concepts, like we will be working towards web design, we will be working towards how to design for brands and how to design for markets. So that we will be doing, but let's just keep our talk of today to mobile application designing, and let's proceed. So guys, I would like to quickly show you over the UpLabs. I'm going to quickly have a search for Facebook. Now, as I can see, as you all can see, I have searched for Facebook here. You can see there are various design concepts available. Okay. So there are various tools with which the designs can be made. If you all want to quickly observe, a particular design is made with which tool, UpLabs provide you that information at the very bottom of each article available. So if we consider this design, which is a Facebook design concept created with Figma. Now, what we are looking for is, we are looking for two kinds of softwares where we can design. One software will be a Windows software, and other software is going to be a iOS software, a Mac software. Okay. So when we have to design with Mac, we can make use of Sketch. When you have to design with Windows as well as Mac, you can make use of Adobe XD, which is known for Adobe Experience Design also. So these are the two softwares which we generally use for designing. Both these softwares are pretty similar, so it will be very easy for you. Even if you learn in designing in Adobe XD, it will be very easy for you to design in Sketch as well. The controls, the components are pretty similar. The way we draw a mobile UI design in Adobe XD, in the similar way we design that for Adobe Sketch, Okay. So let me just quickly check back my my panel on YouTube so that I'll be able to check the queries as well. So in case if my participants are posting some queries, we'll have a quick look on that also. Okay, I got it. So guys, let's just quickly see in case if there is any question before we proceed. So I've got Dipanshu, Manzar, Vishal, a lot of people are here. Very warm welcome everyone. So we'll be taking up these sessions. Namaste ji. Okay, I enroll in Hackveda. Okay, yes, Arjun will get back to you once we complete this session. We'll talk to you over our platform, that is Talk to Mentor on Hackveda 1-to-1, or else on hackveda.in or .co.in. We'll be able to help you there. Post this session ends up at 6 p.m. We'll be speaking to you there. Vanshika Sharma, Akansha Sharma, good evening. A very warm welcome. So guys, let's go for it. So here we'll be taking up the designs, and there are two tools which we will be using today. So as I have already told you about the tools, one tool we will be using will be Sketch, that is for Mac. And second we will be using is Adobe Experience Design. So both the tools are available with trial version. You all can use it for a couple of months. With the impact of coronavirus, various companies are launching these tools free of cost up to a certain duration of time. So you guys can actually use it. So we have got Dipanshu Srivastav is asking. So Dipanshu, you can use Adobe XD. You don't need to use Sketch. And then I have XD. Yeah, Adobe Experience Design would be there. Mona Minor, let's go. Yes, Mona will start things shortly. I have designed 2 of my projects UI on Adobe XD. That's great, Harshit. Yeah. So let's go for it then. So now we'll be taking up, in order to quickly download any of these tools, these are available in the trial version. I've already shared the links to these on the emails which I have forwarded, but let me just quickly share that with you in case if I have here. Okay, just a sec. Maybe I'll give you a direct link to that. So let's say you all can quickly take up Adobe XD. You can take up the download for Windows as well as Mac. This is available for both. You can quickly go here, adobe.com products XD, where you will be able to get the software, Adobe Experience Design. And mind it, this is one of the finest tool which I have seen and came across. So you can quickly start for free with Adobe Experience Design. And over YouTube, there is a channel of Adobe where they are posting a lot of great contents where you can learn different level of design. So at the end of the session, I will be sharing that. I personally follow that Adobe channel and I got to learn a lot of design standards from various great designers worldwide available. So we can definitely, you can definitely take a look on those designs and you can learn how high quality designs you guys can make of. So in order to get started, you can quickly create an account, or else you can sign in with Facebook, Google, or you can custom create your account and you're going to get Adobe XD downloaded. Along with that, the second tool which you guys would be needing is Sketch in case if you're using Mac. Sketch is available for Mac and you guys can actually download it. Sketch is very easy to use, and if the users are using Mac, if you all have Mac OS, then I would definitely recommend you guys to actually use Sketch over the Mac because it is very lightweight, and you will have an amazing experience designing user interfaces in Sketch. Okay, this tool is also available for trial version, as well as you can take up a very the subscription fee as well. It's pretty small subscription fee which you can take up. So that will really help you in designing great applications. Moreover, to the interns, if we will have that licensed versions, and as per our company's policy, we'll quickly check back if we can share the licenses to our interns. So that will let you all know. Now, so once we guys are done with the download, now tool of the day, which is the most important tool which I'm going to share with you, and it's like pretty nice to use that tool. So this tool is Supernova Studio. Okay, so guys, this is something which I like the most, and this is going to solve a lot of problems of the beginners, those who start designing. So one of the biggest challenge of a beginner is who comes for mobile application designing or web designing, he always find it difficult to design customized user interfaces. What generally beginners do, they download a template from internet and then they modify that template with HTML codes, and then they try to make use of that template with other products. But what generally happens is every project has a different theme, and today the themes are very important. So in order to design the customized theme for the project, it is very important that you guys should be able to design it from scratch so as to give it the appropriate theme. Now, in order to do that, what we can do, Supernova actually helps you convert your designs which you have made in Sketch or else in Experience Design to an automatic Android code, the Android layouts. So Android layouts as well as the iOS layouts and the web layout. So one of the best part with Supernova is, which I cannot stop myself to share with you, Supernova can actually help you export your designs from Adobe XD to the following: Android, iOS, Flutter, which is for cross-platform application designing, as well as responsive web. So you can make use of Supernova Studio and you can export into various formats. Now, so let's see, for responsive web, we do have another plugin actually, which is generally used, that is Anima plugin. Also, I'll be talking about this. Okay, so we will be using Supernova Studio, and what it will be able to do, Supernova Studio will take the designs from Sketch or Adobe XD. So let's say I'm going to type something like here, you can make use of Sketch, or else you can make use of Adobe XD. And then what can be done? Your Adobe XD can be read by Supernova Studio, and this Supernova Studio can actually convert your designs into the code. That is one of the most important part. Okay, and how much time would it take? It's a matter of seconds just to export your applications to the responsive layout. And then what you can do, you can directly use any of these with the studios. So let's say in case if I have got an Android layout exported, I will be using that with Android Studio, or let's say with Android IDE in order to program it. So in our today's demonstration, I will be doing all these 4 steps where I will take the user, I will design a custom user interface. I will let you know that how you can actually take any great design from UpLabs, as well as you will be able to create your custom design also. Today we will be taking 2 designs, one from UpLabs and another we are going to create as similar to the Facebook. So the current Facebook application which is available, we are going to see that design and we are going to draw it. Then we are going to make use of Supernova Studio to understand the design, to modify the design as per the responsive mobile phones and responsive device format. Then we are going to export it into Android, and finally we are going to port that into Android Studio, and then we will be running that on a real Android device. Okay. Now, so these things we will be doing. So out of the Android Studio, we'll export into Android device, and voila, we are done. So this is going to be the steps which we will be implementing in our today's session. So guys, the tool of the day for this session is Supernova Studio. There would be people, those who might be thinking, is it available for Windows? So I would like to tell you, very soon they are launching the Windows platform also. So what you can do is you can quickly, I'm going to share a link where you guys can quickly apply for the release version. As soon as Supernova will be released for Windows, you're going to get that downloaded and you can quickly make use of that in the industry. As well as there are various other tools which I will be sharing in the comment section later. Now let's see. So here, let's go for it. So my objective of the day is to introduce you guys with Supernova Studio, which makes life of a designer and the developer very easy. And anybody, even if a beginner wants to design a user interface like Facebook and he wants to make an application like Facebook or any other Facebook, I'm not talking about the backend system design. I'm just talking about the user interfaces, the connecting with the web servers. You guys will be easily able to do that. Okay. And why I'm teaching you this? So that during your internship, this summers, you guys will be able to bring out a lot of quality projects. That is what is the biggest idea. Moreover, from my decade of experience in summer trainings, so this is my, I think, 10th summer training. The first summer training I have given in 2011. So since 2011 up till 2020, I have seen various students experience the issue of designing. They are able to code the backend with Python, with PHP, and with other languages like Node.js, but it's always very difficult for them to design the user interfaces and the front end. And what they always experience is downloading the templates and modifying it. So now the pain is over. You guys can make your custom designs and export them into real-time code, and then you will be able to integrate them. And post-integration, you guys will be able to run them on mobile devices. So before I proceed further from here, you guys can quickly download the stuff. And by the time, I'm going to quickly check back for the comments which are coming on YouTube, so that in case if there is anything, I'm going to help them out quickly. Supernova Studio is for Mac user. Yes, Rohit, Supernova Studio is for Mac as of now, but very soon the Windows version is also coming in. So you can go to Supernova website and you can actually apply for the Windows version. And within months, within the mid of 2020, they have promised that Supernova Studio will be released. So we are at the mid of 2020, and I hope by the end of your internships or before the end of your internships, you might be available with Supernova Studio for Windows also. Moreover, by the time I'm going to uh, give you other tools also, but one thing which I would like to share, and that is you can make friends with the people, those who are having Apple Mac, so that you can have them in your team. You can let them install Sketch in Supernova Studio and you can export the projects. So I'm just kidding on this, but what I think of is, so it's all about the teamwork. So within your interns group, you're going to have members in your team where they will be helping you out in the designs of a project. You will be helping them out in the code of the project, and finally all that thing will be integrated and you guys will be able to come up with great projects. Okay. As well as there are certain questions. Dhruv Arora, yes, the option for Linux is also available. For Linux and for Windows, both are coming soon. For what Windows operating system Studio should be installed? You can install what for Windows OS. For that, I actually need to explore the appropriate solution. Generally, what we do is for cross-platform, we make use of Anima, which I have already specified here, to export the code from any design tool to via Anima to the user layouts. Okay, as well as Android Studio gives you a lot of power in order to create custom designs also. But this tool makes life more easier. So we'll come to that point again. Any alternative currently during the lecture? Windows 10. So you'll get to know that. You'll get to know that. We'll see. Let's see. So anyone, can I use Android XD, Adobe XD online? Monty, you need to download it. Tanishk Sachdeva, what will we do those who don't have Mac? Tanishk, I'll come with the solution. I'll let you know about it, how you can sort that out. So by the time you can, Anima could be downloaded, but we'll quickly see. It is same as NetBeans. No, it's way better than NetBeans Pulkit. So you're going to enjoy the tool. Okay. As well as I'll definitely speak to the Supernova Studio today. I'm going to send them a mail and I'm going to ask them when they are releasing the Windows version. Very sure. Okay. As well as you guys can also go to the website and quickly click on accept the proposal. They have shared a proposal actually. Very soon they are releasing, so maybe it would be available very soon. Okay. Now, so let's go for it. Now here, yes, let's go for it now. So what we will be doing in, let's implement all these 4 steps, and you guys need to get the Supernova Studio. So you can try for Supernova free. In case if you would like to go for Windows support, you can actually go for looking for Windows support here. And Supernova is currently available for Mac, and very soon Windows, Linux, and other OS, they are available. So by mid 2020, everyone will have access to Supernova's existing features. You can apply for this link here. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me just share that on the chat with all the participants. Okay, here is the link, Supernova Cloud. And from there, you guys will be able to get that. Okay, you can quickly apply there, and I hope they might be releasing it very shortly, very soon. So guys, let's see. And let's see. So now what we are going to do, let's quickly start our designs. So 2 things we will be implementing in. One would be your designing the Facebook application, and second would be designing your applications using Adobe XD as well as Sketch from the existing templates. And second, we would be designing using the existing Facebook application so that you guys will get to know about both the ways how it is done. So I'm currently on this page where I've searched for Facebook, and I want you guys to quickly go for this. I'm sharing this on Linux. Okay, that's the search on UpLabs. Moreover, all my interns are going to get the username and password for UpLabs, where you can actually access the premium downloads also. Okay, so I think it's not costly. It's only $29. You guys can have a subscription of UpLabs also. But in case if you guys need to have access, all my interns are going to get access to the designs. Okay, but for that you will be able to clear your evaluations first. Okay, so once you guys are selected for the interns project, and when it comes to the design, we will be sharing you all the details about how you can get the premium downloads and everything. Now, so here are some of the premium designs. There are certain free designs which all can be accessed. And here we do have a lot of Facebook designs available, which we'll be taking up. So guys, let's go for it. Let's just quickly check the Sketch and Adobe XD compatible UI designs. So first I can see here, there's a Facebook redesign concept. Let us just quickly download it. So it's very easy to download these designs. What you guys can do, you can quickly click on a design. You can click on download now. So I'm going to get that downloaded. Along with that, I'm going to design a couple of more designs so that you guys will be able to see how different designs look. And in case if we have to make a combination of multiple designs, can we do that? So yes, we can take features from different designs and we can combine all of them into one. That can be done. There are various ways which we can use these designs. So first, I'm going to tell you the very easy way, where there is an existing design. You can download that design. You can modify that design for your project requirement. And in the second part, in today's session itself, we will be designing our custom Facebook and we will be exporting that to Android. So both ways we'll be doing it. So let's download the second one also. So I'm also sharing the links which I'm downloading here, in case if you guys would like to do that with me. So one, I have taken this. Then I would like to see any good design. So there are two I have taken. One works with Adobe XD, another works with other works with Sketch. Sketch is not from Adobe. As well as you guys can also see there are web design concepts also. So this is also we are going to cover in the web designs session. So in my internship, there are certain students, those who are taking full stack web designing course, web application development course. So they have been asking me some questions like, sir, in case if you don't know HTML, CSS, and let's say if we are very beginners, then do we need to start from learning HTML and CSS? So guys, you don't need to do that. You can actually start great designs from these design standards itself. Okay. So, and these can automatically be exported into HTML and CSS. It's a good idea that you should understand basic tags of HTML and CSS, because that will help you modify your designs. But learning all the tags is not actually required at the moment. So you can quickly come to the platform, and this is where you can start from the scratch in order for web designing. So don't worry at all. In case, even if you don't know about HTML, CSS, you can ignore that part. Just the basics of CSS from W3 schools would do. Okay. Moreover, the other part of configuration, the backend and integration, everything is available in your full stack course. So that would be very helpful for everyone. Now let's see. So I'm not going to use the web designs as of now. I will be only taking the mobile designs part. So you can explore. There are a lot of beautiful mobile design concepts available over here, and we can take any. So here also there is one more. Facebook redesign for iOS is here. So you can see that, how cool it looks like. So there could be stories at the top with a blue background. There's a search panel. There could be the messenger, view on all. There would be posts like this, along with the comments like smileys and everything would be like this. Then we can add in a comment. So I like this design also. Okay. So now what we are going to do, let us just quickly download this also. So this design, which I will be using, is the Facebook design iOS. Now, one thing I would like to tell you, if the design is for iOS, that doesn't mean that it can be used only for iOS only. Okay, you don't worry about it. You can create any kind of design for Android, for iOS, anything. You can even modify them to your tablets and all. Okay, iPad and Android tablets. It can be quickly exported to that format also. So I will be talking about that also. Maybe not today, maybe in the next session. We'll be having a lot of these live sessions, which I will be bringing for all the participants of different courses so that it helps them design beautiful applications. Now, so once we are done with that, let us just quickly get back to the actual work. Now, guys, once you have got these Adobe XD designs and Adobe the sketch designs, you all can actually export them into Adobe XD or else into Sketch. So I'll be talking about both the interfaces. So first of all, let us just quickly collect where the downloads have been. Now I would have got all my downloads here. Yeah. So I've got these three beautiful downloads. Let me just quickly contain all the three. Let's just make a new directory. Okay, we'll take it here. Let's call it as UI design. I'm going to keep everything here. Okay, guys, here. So now what we have got here, we have got three designs here. One is with Facebook for Sketch, another we have Facebook redesign for Sketch, and third one is also Sketch, but we can use this with Adobe XD as well as with the Sketch tool because both work in a similar fashion. Okay, so what can we do? Let's right click, open with. Either you can open any of these designs with the Sketch as well as with Adobe XD. Now, before I open these designs, I would like to quickly introduce you with both the tools. First, for Windows users, let's open Adobe XD. Moreover, I do have the patcher available. So in case if anybody needs Adobe patcher, I can share that Adobe patcher with you, or else you can search on internet for Adobe patcher so that you can grab the full versions of Adobe. Okay. Now let's see. So here on the design prototypes, this is the interface for Adobe XD design. Once you reach here, the first thing it asks you is to select the size of the device for which you would like to export your application. Now you all can see there are different designs. There are some designs for iOS. Then you can actually see, you can create for Android, you can create for an iPhone 5S, 6S, 7S, XS, and there are various options available. Moreover, as you all know, today we have to design applications which is responsive in nature. Okay, so we will be talking about that also, how you can make those applications responsive for different types of devices, as well as what I'll be doing is I will actually share the resources on the comments at the end of the session, where you will be able to see certain resources from Google Android team itself, where they have discussed a lot of finest design standards, how to ensure your applications for different design formats for different mobile devices. Okay, so it's a very short tutorial, but a very nice tutorial which is going to open your insight about design. Okay, now let's see. So once we guys have got this, let us just quickly explore the another tool. So you guys can actually see all of this. Then here there would be your recent projects which you could design or could make use of, as well as I would also like to introduce you with the Sketch tool. The Sketch is also a very nice tool, which is the second tool which we will be using. For Mac users, I recommend you to use Sketch. So once you open Sketch, it looks somewhat like this. Your recent projects would be available here. I've designed a lot of projects here. So today we will be taking up a new project. We'll start with a new document. So here, this is the sketch available for you, and this is Adobe XD available for you. So both these tools look very similar. It's very easy to make use of both of these tools, and we'll see how we can make use of them. Okay. Now, so from these tools, what we will do now, we have got a few designs. So let's just open the designs in Adobe XD. So I'm going to open the same design with Adobe XD as well as with our mobile device, with our sketch also. Okay. Now guys, here you can see. So we have got various designs available over here. I'm going to show you. There are various pages available over here from Facebook. This is the first layout. Okay. In this layout, you can see there are various components. There is a date. There's a top bar with your battery, your signal, your battery, all these information, your Wi-Fi, everything is available over here. Then you have the stories section where you have different images. Then you have write something here, upload media, and a lot of layouts are here. Okay. Then you have the users, you have the time, you have the images, then your like information. All these things are available over here. Your like, your comments, your share icon. So this is one page. And at the bottom of this page, we do have a tab layout also, which also we can quickly create. Now, so this is one thing which we have. This is the home page. Apart from the home page, there's a profile page available in that design layout. Okay. So now you can see that here, maybe he is the web designer, Anmol Arora, who would have made these designs. And I would like to ensure one thing to all of you. You guys also will be able to create any such designs like this. Okay. And it's very easy, extremely easy to design like this. Okay. It's just a simple drag and drop. And with this drag and drop, automatically you'll be able to export that into code. Now, so this is the second page design where we have certain photos, we have got the friends, how they will be displayed, and then we have the edit profile and the activity log. Then here there is a simple template about how these designs may look like. Okay. So what do we have here? We do have the home section and the profile section. Now, similarly, we are going to have that on Sketch also. Okay. So let me just open the same project with Sketch. So the people with Mac can get that on Sketch also. So now you can see that the project opens similarly on Sketch. We do have the home. The home page is available over here. Along that, we do have the profile page, and the profile page is available over here. Okay. So what we can do, we can go to UpLabs. There we can see a lot of design standards which are available. We can download those designs. We can quickly open those designs in a tool which we like. Let's say you can use Adobe XD, or else you can make use of Sketch. Okay. Now here you can see, let's say we have one page where we do have this upload media. Okay. You can quickly see how they have to look. You can quickly adjust the controls. It's just simply like managing the face, managing Photoshop, anything like that. Okay. You can quickly set your designs, how they should look like. Moreover, the good idea is you can actually make them into a group so that these contents are aligned with each other, and that I'm going to teach you as soon as we will be designing our custom designs. Okay. So now you can see we have got certain designs, and these designs look very, very beautiful to us. Now you can see the sketch design can be opened in Adobe XD, and the Adobe XD design can be opened with Sketch also, because both the tools are very similar to each other. So there is no problem at all. You can have any standard design for your application. Okay. Moreover, we can drag and drop the components, and we can change all that stuff also. Now, what next we'll do? Let's just export it to the Supernova Studio, and I'm going to show you. Let's say if you have some certain existing design, how you're going to export it to Supernova Studio, and then how from that Supernova Studio to a Android device. That is the first demo which we'll be doing. And in the second demo, we will take the actual Facebook application. We are going to design a layout like that, and then we are going to export it. Okay. So two things we will be doing today. Now let's see. So what to do now? Let's just open Supernova Studio and export these designs to Supernova Studio. Let's say in case if you would like to do any modifications here, you can do your modifications, like let's say in case if the design says I'm Anmol Arora, I can quickly select that. I can double click on it. Let's say I want to modify, and let's say I'm going to call it as Hackveda. Okay. So you can quickly perform your design. You can select any component. You can say, let's say, I don't want to show any of the component. Let's say in case if I don't want to show check-ins, okay, or else I would like to show check-in somewhere here, anywhere, okay. Let's say I would like to show check-in somewhere here at the top where I have checked in, and at the background I'm going to have certain things. I would like to change the color of that check-ins, let's say, so I can quickly select the control. As soon as I select the control, on the left hand side, we do have the components. That control will be selected on the components both ways. Similarly in XD and similarly in Sketch, the control will work pretty similarly. Then let's say if I've selected something like this and I want to change the color. So on the right hand side, we do have the fills section. Under the fills section, we can modify the color, we can drag and drop the color, we can choose any color. So let's say I can use the color dropper tool and I can see, let's say I would like to have a color somewhat like this. So you can see automatically the check-in colors has been changed. Or else you can also select from any of the color shades which are available over here. There are different patterns also. You can also make use of images in your project. Okay, that can be done. So let's say, so one such design I've just exported so that to let you all understand that we can actually modify these designs quickly and we can export them into a project. Okay, now let's see. So I'm going to save this design, Command S. I'm going to go to File. I'm going to save. Now, once my project is saved, what next I'll be doing? I will be opening this project with, let's say, our Supernova Studio. Okay. So here comes the Supernova Studio for you. So I'm going to use Supernova Studio, and I would be glad as soon as you guys get Supernova Studio. Your life is going to be very easy in designing the projects. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. So what we have to do now, let's see. We are going to import the sketch as well as the XD. Both you can import in Supernova Studio. So I'll go to import here. From the import, over the desktop, I have got my UI designs and I have these 3 designs available: Facebook Sketch, Facebook Redesign, and Facebook Redesign. There are three types of designs available. So I'm going to use one. Let's say I have taken Facebook Sketch. I'm going to open this design. Once we open that design in Supernova Studio, you guys will be able to see the design templates or the pages which you want to use from that script. So it is not necessary that you have to use all the scripts. In case if you have designed the scripts and you want to all those scripts in all those design components in your project, you can go for select all option here. You can click on select all and all of them will be selected. In case if you want to ignore any, let's say I don't want to select this part, so I'm going to click command click, or else you can use control click to skip any of the section. So what we will be taking here, we'll be taking the profile as well as the home, and we will be exporting that to the project. I'm going to show you, we are going to define it also, that which activity is going to be the first activity, which is going to be the second activity, and on click of a button, how we can switch from one activity to other activity. That also I'm going to show you. Okay. So I've selected these two, and let's quickly go to the bottom and click on import. So at the very bottom, there's an option, import the designs which you have created. Let's click on import, and you're going to grab that. Okay, now let's see. So here we have got certain designs here. Now you can see there's a profile here, there's a home page here. Okay, these are the 2 designs here. But now you can see some of the things are getting overlapped in the preview mode here. Now when we reach to Supernova Studio, there are 3 things here. One, we do have the preview. Second, we have a code view. We can toggle the code view. In the code view, what happens? You're going to have the design on the left hand side, and you're going to have the Java program, the Java code for that UI here. So what you can do is you can select any individual component. Once you click on that component will actually be selected on the right hand side of the code as well, and you can modify that stuff. Okay. Moreover, you can customize the controls, as well as we do have the linking mode also. Okay. So we can choose the hot reload target, and we can actually merge the products. So we are going to talk about it as soon as we will be designing advanced projects under the internship. So first, which I would like to modify is the profile page. Here you can see I've got my profile page, and I would like to go to the preview mode. So in the preview mode, you can see we have got the preview mode looking somewhat like this. But now you can see that this design, the photos which you can see here, this section is getting overlapped on the screen. Now here we have to do these modifications. So in case if we have been designing on our own, it's always a good idea that in the sketch or in the Adobe XD itself, we have to group the components accordingly. Okay. And once we group the components accordingly, and once we set the constraint of these layouts accordingly, they will be appearing at the appropriate position on the UI. Okay. So we do have that option to organize in Supernova Studio itself. Okay. So what we can do, either we can organize it in the Sketch and Adobe XD also, and I'm going to teach you how that can be done when we will be designing our UI. But you can do that in Supernova Studio also. So let's say I can see here the profile page and all that thing. Let me just select this. This is my interface, and I'm going to hide it for a moment. Let's say this is the friends section, which is being displayed over here. Okay. This is in fact a group, but just we need to set the constraint. So what we can do, you can select your control, and on the right hand side, there is a section known as behavior. Okay. Here you have a behavior section which can help you align your controls with respect to the responsive layouts. Okay. So what I want to do is I will say that I would like to set the top constraint of this. So once you click on any of these 4 constraints, so this signifies the left hand side, this signifies stick to the right side position, this signifies stick to the top position, and this signifies stick to the bottom position. Okay. So now what we are going to do, so I have selected stick to the top position, do not stick to the bottom position. Okay. Do not stick to the right position. So whatever the location would be, now we will be having that. Okay. So we got the controls designed there. Now what next we need to do? We have got certain controls like Hackveda, UI designing, and this. So I'm going to take this group, and I also want to set its constraint. So I would like to set the left side constraint also. So now once I have clicked on this left side constraint, you can see the UI design on the phone has automatically been adjusted. Okay. So now there are 2 sections here. One is the design section. This left hand side is your design section. What can be done is, once you create a control, once you create a user interface in the design, it may be possible that it may look different on the visual UI. So you have to cross ensure that your visual UI on a mobile phone will look appropriate, and that you can actually ensure by viewing in this view. Okay. Moreover, you can also change the device so as to check whether it is appearing properly in other devices also. So now what we can do is we can go at the top here. There's a settings option here. Under the settings, what you can do, you can select the device. You can select some standard designs like iPhone Standard Edition, iPhone 8, Pixel, Android devices, or else you can take a custom Android device. Okay. Generally, we say the custom Android device should be 960 cross 600. Okay. So it should be like 960 in the height and 600 in the width. So that is one of the common size of designing a user interface as per the Google design standards. But you can take any custom phone. Okay. So let's say I would like to design something for Galaxy S10, let's say. So I've selected Galaxy S10. So now you can see the device has now changed. So earlier the device was an iPhone device. Now this design looks very similar to an Android S8 or S10 device. So I also use the Android S10 device, so I will be testing my actual application on S8. So this design I'm going to follow. So now, as you all can see, all these things appears proper to me. One thing I need to ensure here that this edit section should be is available here. This is to edit the profile, so that is fine. Now we are ensured that all these sections are looking proper, just that the photos are not looking appropriate. Okay, so what we need to do now, I'm going to click control on photos. You have to click on control and then click on it, as well as you can click on command and then you can click on it on Mac. Now, once we have done that, so here I have to set the left side constraint also. So once I click on left side constraint, you can see that either that would be set accordingly. In case if it's not set appropriately, what I can do is I can see don't set the right layout. You can remove this right layout, because in the original one, due to this right layout, it was lagging over that. So if we remove this constraint and if we keep the left constraint intact, that can hold the position on a real S8 phone. So this is how, with the behavior section, you can actually see that how your layout is going to be displayed on the real phone. And once we are going to export it, it is going to appear similar. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. Uh, okay. Now let's see. So here we have got this. Now what next we are going to do? So I hope you all can see that how you can actually control the designs, and now you can see all these other things are looking appropriate. Moreover, we have got this photos section. The photos section in the actual layout, I would like to show you how generally we make use of layouts like grid layouts. So what we can do is, once you create the horizontal view, you would have seen on various devices we have a horizontal view. You can scroll some section horizontally, and you can we generally call it as a horizontal list view. You can call it that. So how that can be designed? So you can actually extend this content here. You can add as many photographs as you want. Okay, let's say I'm going to click on command on this photograph, and let's say I would like to make a copy of that photograph. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to paste it here in the photos itself. Okay, so now you can see I'm going to paste it in the photos itself. So I've got a photograph here, and I would like to place it here somewhere. Let's say. So even if I place it here, okay, I have to keep it here, and that should be within my control photos itself. I'm sorry. I just need to copy that here. Okay, I'll keep it here, and let's say I'm going to cut that and I'm going to paste that into photos. Okay, so we can drag and drop and we can get that into photos. Once we have that in photos, we can actually keep it aligned. Where do we want to see? So let's say I've dropped it here in the photos itself. Now if I select that, we have the rectangle copy, the J and this. Okay, somehow I need to have two things here, the rectangle copy, the main copy, as well as the text. These three things have to be copied. Okay, and let's say right click and duplicate. You can duplicate it here. So once you duplicate it here, let's delete the previous one. Let's get the duplicated one, and you can drag it like this. Okay, I'll just show that. Just hold on for a minute. Here, I think we have got one. Another content we need to take here is the photos of you, the keyword. And one more I need to do is I need to take this rectangle and I'm going to duplicate that. Now, once I duplicate that, I would like to extend it a little more. Let's say I'm going to place it somewhere here. Okay, here. Okay, let's group that. So one thing we generally do, once we create these layers, we group the selection and let's just call it the fourth one, and I'm going to drop this now to the photos. Okay, so now that falls under the photos now. So you can see that now this time the photos has extended to the outside. Now you can actually save that. So here what we did, I was under the sketch, okay, and you can quickly merge the project in the Supernova studio itself. So one of the best things with Supernova, Sketch and Adobe XD is there is a feature to merge also. So somehow what happens is, let's say if you have taken a design and you have exported it into Supernova Studio, but somehow you need to go back and change certain design, then that is possible. You can change the design in the Sketch or in the Adobe XD in the file, and you can actually merge the update in Supernova Studio. So that is also one of the best features which is available with the Supernova Studio also. Okay. Now here, so I've got these designs and let's just open that. Okay, here. So now how we can merge that? So once we have got, I think this is XD and I need to have the Supernova Studio. Okay, here where we. So over the Supernova Studio, at the very top, we do have this option, the refresh option. Okay, so what we can do, we can quickly click on refresh. So once you merge it, so you can select your previous file which you have saved, you can click on open, and once you do that, you can see which page would you like to change. So I would like to change this page, I would like to select this page, and I want to merge with the project. So once I merge with the project, your previous designs will remain same, but your new design is going to have that section updated. Okay. So now once you have got that particular section updated, you can actually rearrange your constraints or contents, whatever your contents were, and you can organize them accordingly. So let's say we have got a group which we have uploaded here. So we can actually see how many we have here, and then we can organize these accordingly in the designs also here. Okay, now let's see. So I would like to get back to the previous one over the sketch. I'd like to use Control Z. That is something which I had already. Okay, just to ensure that we have the appropriate designs. Okay, Control S, I've saved it, and I'm going to merge that again with the project. So I'll select the sketch, open it, merge it again. So in case if this changes does not suit you, you can go back, change the design, save it, merge it, and once you merge, you're going to get the previous setting back again. Okay, so this is the horizontal grid view which you will be able to observe here. Now what next we have to do here? We can also select them in order to check whether we do have the right behavior set for these. So I would like to set the left behavior for them. So now you can see here it is going to be converted into the grid. So currently in Supernova Studio, you can see this is treated as a view group. Now what we can do is we can actually convert it into a horizontal view. Now, the best part is once you have created a design in Sketch or in Adobe XD, it was just a drawing. But now you can convert those drawings into real controls. And how that can be done in Supernova Studio? Let's say I have got this photos section. You can see that I have this photo section. I can use control click to select the section. Once I select the section, it is going to be selected here in my photos or say in my components section. Now I'm going to right click on that complete view group and I'm going to convert it to a specific component. Okay. So how we can convert it? Let's say if we have to make a horizontal list view, we can quickly convert it into a grid recycler view. So what grid recycler view can give you? It can give you the horizontal view. So let's click on grid recycler view. And now you can see that this has actually been converted into a specific view. So this is currently the grid recycler. We can change it into the horizontal view also. Okay. So let's change it back to the original. Right click, go to the component bar. Okay. Now there will be two kinds of views, the horizontal one and the physical one. Since the control currently here is under, since we have this layout set, hence it is going downwards. So what we can do is we can change the behavior of this from the right hand side and we can actually make him extend outside also. Okay. So then there will be no constraint on these controls and it will actually go outside in the right hand side view also. So right click, convert it into that, go to the recycler view. There are various other options you can convert into various components, but say let's say if you want to convert any into a vertical list, then we can use recycler. Anything like horizontal, then we have the grid recycler. Okay. So there are various ways of doing that. Now, so I'm going to tell you how we can design that in our custom layout and you can convert them into the appropriate layouts. Okay. So here we have got these controls. Next, the final thing which we need to change is the edit section, the last control section here. So I've selected it. I would like to remove it from the top view. I don't want to set the horizontal view also for this. Let's say I'm going to select this control. I would like to set it the left, maybe the view, and I would like to keep it to the bottom. Okay, I think which component is this? That's not the photos component. I would like to select this control, edit. Okay, that's the footer. So I've selected the footer. I don't want to keep any option like this here. Now, so once I've removed this, I've got it at the bottom. So now you can see that now the design looks a little better. We have got the horizontal views as well. We can change them. Then we have got different types of controls here. And we can see that we have got a better UI available to us. Now we have to quickly export that into a mobile project. Okay. So what we can do is, let's quickly go for it. Now, how we can convert this design into an app? You can quickly go to File, and there are various platforms to which you can export. So you can export to Flutter, you can export to iOS, you can export to React Native to make cross-platform mobile applications, as well as you can export that to Android. So what we will do, you can save it as a different platform as per your choice, but currently we will be exporting for Android. So let's click on Export to Android. So once we click on Export to Android, there could be possibilities that you might not have appropriate fonts. So what you can do is you can go to any of the websites like googlefonts.com and you can grab those fonts. You can quickly install them on your computer. It's very easy to install the TTF fonts. Just double click on it. You're going to get that fonts. And once you have got that fonts, you can export them. Somehow, in case if you don't want to manage the fonts, that also can be done. You can directly export it. So we click on Export Anyway. Once we click on Export Anyway, you can quickly select, if you're exporting it for Android, which layout would you like to transmit. So there is a possibility you can completely export the complete project, or else you can export individual files also. Okay. So for now, what we will be doing, we'll be exporting the complete project. Once we export the complete project, let's say both of these user interfaces will be exported. Right hand side, we have the complete option, which signifies the project settings and the details, okay, how we are going to export them. So first you need to define the name of your project, then the export project name and various details we have to fill in. So let's say we are going to define something like our Facebook, okay. This is going to be the project. Then we have to define the package name. Package name is nothing but a unique identifier of your Android application. So it's always better to save your package name with your company, your username, and the developer name as well as the application name. So there is a very easy convention to select the package name. I'm going to define it here. Package name convention, and that's very easy. We generally use the format company name dot developer name dot app name. That is the format to create the package names. Okay. So package names will uniquely identify your application on Android devices as well as on Google Play Store. So let's say I'm going to define something like hackveda.devanshu.facebook. Okay. So let's say I'm going to export this to a package somewhat like this. Then you can select your SDK version, which is installed as Android Studio on your computer. So that can be done. Now, once we are done with that, let's say I have selected Android version V24. Then you can select any version. V24 is something like Android 7.0. So I have selected the appropriate version. You can select any version as per availability of your Android Studio. Okay. Now let's see. So what next we are going to do? You can define the authors, you can define the company, you can define the allowed devices, and you can select the languages as well. So once you are exporting your application on Kotlin, either on Java, you can decide which language you want to use in your project. So let's say I want to use Java programming language. So I'll be using Java. You can use user interfaces for XML. We can do that. We can select the model view controller architecture that is generally used for our industrial applications. And finally, we are going to make use of high definition HDPI, XHDPI, all these image standards will be exported. So whatever assets we have taken in the project, all these assets like images will automatically be converted into different definitions, different image definitions like extra high density pixels or high density pixels or extra high density pixels. It will be automatically exported. Now, once we click on export, here it's very easy. What we can do, we can quickly go to desktop, we can go to UI designs, or else let's say here, we are going to create a new folder and let's just call this folder as Android apps. Okay. So within this Android apps, I'm going to export the project. So once we are exporting the project, we'll quickly launch it on Android Studio. So now you can see your application is ready. So right from the design, which was available on UpLabs, we have got that designs, we have modified that designs, we have checked how it looks on a user interface, and now we are exporting it to an Android project. Okay. Moreover, one of the best benefits is we can actually design the animations as well in the application. So you would have seen when we click on a button in different types of animations, the new activities gets opened. So all these things can be organized. Okay. Now let's see. So once we guys are done with that, let's go to the Android Studio. So I'm going to power up my Android Studio and let Android Studio power up. Once the Android Studio powers up, we are going to open this project and we are going to run it on a real device. Okay. So once, let's say we have got the Android Studio open, what we can do, we can open an existing Android Studio project. So the project which we exported from Supernova Studio can now be directly open in Android. Okay. So we go to open an existing Android Studio project. We go to desktop, we go to our Android apps, we select our application, our Facebook, and we can open the project. Okay. So once we open the project, automatically the project is going to open and we are going to allow it. So it's going to access the project, all the interfaces, the layouts, everything will be visible to you here. So within the application, we have the sources. Under the sources, there are two things. One is the activities, the Java code, which is available for home activity and the profile activity. So let's say this is going to be your home activity. Second would be your profile activity. This is the Java code, which has automatically been created here from the designs itself. And then we have the resources as well. So under the resources, we have the layout, and here are the XML files. Now what you guys can do, final modifications you can do in the Android Studio itself. So there are two ways you can see. You can actually see a control here. You can select the control. You can select the image view, which has been selected. And in case if you want to modify anything, you can modify the controls here. So now you can see that we have got both the ways available. We can edit our user interfaces in the Android Studio itself finally with respect to the project requirements. Okay. So we got this, we got our layouts and everything created. Now let's see what we're going to do. So we can quickly run it on a device. So here I need to connect my Android phone in order to export this user interface as a application. Then what we can do is we can also code it in order to switch from one activity to the second activity. So in order to see which activity is the first activity, we can quickly go here and we can see the main activity is the profile activity. So as soon as we are going to run this application, the profile activity is going to open up. Then we can code in order to switch from profile activity to the home activity. Okay. So just give me a moment. I'm just quickly connecting with my device. Okay, guys. So here, now you all can quickly see I have got my Samsung device connected over here. That is Samsung S8. And I would also like to view that with Visor. So let me just open Visor for you so that we'll quickly see how the application will be exported to Android and how we're going to access that. Yeah, so there are various questions coming. I'll be talking about all these answers as well. All the students, those who are asking questions, I'll just come to the YouTube questions and I'll just respond all of them. But before that, I would just like to give you a quick view of how it works. So now I have got my mobile device running here, and I would like to keep it here on a side, and let's just run this. So there are two ways I can do it. I can quickly go to the build option and I can generate a signed APK. The signed APK file can actually be sent to Google Play Store for the application, as well as I can directly run this application. So initially I'm going to run this application. Let's run it. So once I run this application, the application is going to be installed on a real Android device. And once it is compiled, once it is built properly, the Gradle build has finished, as you can see, in 10 seconds, 96 milliseconds, and the UI is going to be launched on an Android phone. And here, the UI has been loaded. Now here you can see there are certain things which has to be changed. The Hackveda view is not appearing little properly. There are some various things like we need to implement a scroll also. Okay, here. So now you can see that the UI has been exported but there are certain constraints like Hackveda has a limit set, so we have to modify all that stuff. And there are certain images which has been uploaded at the top. So we have to modify all that stuff when we design the application. And the whole idea behind this was that we can design and we can quickly export that. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we will see how easy it is to design the layouts and do all these stuff and how users actually design it. So suppose we want to create any custom project. Let's say I'm going to open the original Facebook application. Okay, let's say we have the original Facebook application here. And the original Facebook application looks somewhat like this. Let's just quickly stretch it a little. Okay, so I think we need to see the quality of this. Okay, now you can see. So I think now the Wiser application looks a little better to you. So this is our Facebook UI, and let's say, oh my God, such a way. Okay, so let's see. We have to design some layout somewhat like this. I'll go to home, and let's say I'll be designing something like this. So at the top, I have Facebook. I have certain views which we need to create. So let's say you have got an application and how you will be designing your custom application if you have a view available. Okay, so let's go for it. I'm going to open, you can open Adobe XD. The controls are very same. I'm going to get started with a new project. Okay, and we'll see how it's going to work. Okay, so we are going to set it somewhat like this on one side so that we can observe what has to be designed and how we are going to keep it. Now, once we get started with the design, let's say in case if we have to get started with a new project and we have to design it, first thing what we need to do is we need to select the base for which we have to start designing. So one thing you guys have to do is you have to open the actions which can be done. In order to open the actions, there is a shortcut key A. So once you click on A, on the right hand side, you're going to get different types of actions available. So what we can do with Adobe XD and with Sketch, you can define various sizes which are by default available for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So you can define various design types here, as well as we can select this apart from social media, you can also select various devices. Let's say if you want to design for Apple devices, or we want to design for Android, or let's say for a responsive website, we can select the standards here. Okay. Now I'm going to select, let's say, Android devices. Once I click on Android devices, you can see there are various size of Android devices available. Let's say I'm going to again select Galaxy S10, let's say. So Galaxy S10 is of 360 width and 760 height. Okay. So here your Galaxy S10 would look somewhat like this. Now let's see what we are going to do. Now we have to make a design for this Galaxy S10 similar to the designs available at the right hand side. Okay. So there are certain controls which you can actually observe from the layers. So under the insert, there are these options. Shape, you can use the shortcut keys like creating a rectangle, creating an oval, rounded, and line. You can create the vectors, you can use pencil. And these are the same controls which you can use in Adobe Experience Design also. Okay. You can use T for writing the text. You can use Artboard, which I've currently selected the actions, using which we can select different device types, and then we can get started with designs. Okay. Now let's see what next we have to do. Let's just quickly get started with the designs. So now you can see on the right hand side, we are going to observe what all controls we have. So first of all, we have something like Facebook, we have search, and we have got a messenger icon. Okay. From here, we are going to start the design. So let's take a text. I'm going to select my this. I'm going to use option T. So what you can do is you can actually go to this option insert. You can select text, or else you can use the shortcut T, and that can actually get the text created for you. So I'm going to use the shortcut T, and I'm going to define it. Let's say I'm going to write something like Facebook here. Okay, Facebook. On the right hand side, I need to select the color for this. So I'm going to select the fills. And let's say we can actually take the color bar, and let's say I would like to use the same color with Facebook. So I'm going to select the color bar here. So I've got the same color Facebook here. Okay. So I've got this design. Now I need to put a size for this Facebook. Let's say I would like to use any font like Roboto. I would like to use Roboto. We can select the default Facebook font from internet also. Let's say I'm going to change the size to somewhat like 18 or 20, which gives me appropriate look, let's say, of Facebook. So let's say I've got the Facebook control here. Okay. But now you can see one thing which I would like to tell you here. Instead of designing different controls, it's always a good idea to divide any layout into different rectangular shapes, because that will be easy for you to design various options. Okay. So it's always a good idea to identify the sections on your layout and then define those sections. So if you observe here, this is the grid layout which we are going to create. Okay, this is the timeline layout which I'm going to create just now. Followed by, then we have a post section. So here there will be a post section where we will be having certain things. In the post itself, again, we are going to have the layers. First layer, then we are going to have the second layer, which is going to be the text layer. And then we are going to have the third layer as the post layer. So similarly, we have to distribute a layout into various horizontal layouts, and then we have to design those components. That could be one of the easiest way for you to design any complex designs available. Okay, so let's see. So I've got this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use an oval. This oval is going to be used to create the search bar. So I can make use of an oval somewhat like this here, of size 34 cross 34, let's say. Okay, 34 cross 34. And I can have another oval. Let's say I'm going to keep it here. I'm going to duplicate it. Command D, duplicate. Okay, so one will be for my search. Another one would be for my icon. Now, how we can grab these icons? So these icons are by default available with the Sketch and Adobe XD, as well as we can download it from Material Icons on the, let's say, from internet, from the Google's website. So whenever you need an icon, you can actually go to internet and you can search for Material Icons. Okay, let's go here, google.com, and let's quickly check for Material Icons. Okay. So once you go here, Material Icons download, you can go to the website material.io, and you can grab different types of icons, search icons, and different, whatever would you like to search, you can actually grab these icons from here. Okay. So I'm going to quickly make something for search. Okay. So you can make use of search here. I've got a search icon. Now what you can do is you can select the categories of icon. You can select the type of the icon. Would you like to have a black icon or a white icon? Would you like to have that in SVG format or PNG format? So I want to use a PNG format. So I've got that material icon downloaded. Similarly, I'm going to search for another material icon, and that is going to be the second icon which I was using was the messenger icon. Okay. So let's grab the messenger icon also. Let's say I'm going to use something like a message, or else you can also go and download something, the Facebook messenger icon also you can download. Okay. So I'm going to make use of the chat icon, let's say, here on this place, and I'm going to select the black one, and I will get the PNG. So for now, what we are going to do, I'll quickly go to where I have downloaded these icons. I've got these two icons downloaded here. I'll select the 2x. I'm going to copy that using Control C, and I'm going to paste that into my sketch project. So I come here and I'm going to paste it. Okay. So we can put here, we can select the size, we can reduce the size accordingly, and we can keep it where we want to keep it. So we got, let's say, the chat here. We can set it using the mouse, using the keyboard keys. Okay. So now you can see that it is automatically set. And it's always a good idea to always select a control and its layers and group them together. Okay. So let's say I have selected both the baseline and the oval, right click, and I'm going to group it. Why do I group it? Because once we group, it is not going to move. They will be moving together. Okay. So the problem which you have seen in the previous layout, which we have taken from UpLabs, was they have not grouped it appropriately. So they are designers, but they don't have experience of exporting that designs into Android. But since we have to take the designs and we have to export that into a project, so it is a great idea to always keep your controls in a group, and that is going to help you maintain your controls appropriately layer by layer. Okay, so we got this group. Let's call it as a message. So we are going to name it accordingly so that it will be easy for us so as to control it. Next, I have got another icon. So the another icon which we have got was the search icon. I'm going to select the 2x icon. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it into Sketch. Okay, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, and I'm going to fit it accordingly. So the way I would like to keep it at the bottom, at the center, we can actually do that. Moreover, now you can see that we have got the baseline search, we have got the oval. Let's right click and group them together. So we group the selection and we call it a search. Okay, so we got these two controls, the message and the search. Now you can see once we are going to move the search, now both the oval and that image will going to move together since they are grouped. So that's why we always try to keep them into a group. Moreover, you can see that there is some border lines here which I would like to remove. So what I'll do, I'll quickly go to the control. Let's say I'll go to the oval shape. At the right hand side, there are borders. So I'm going to ignore the borders. And instead of the borders, what I want is I would like to give a shadow behind this. So I'll go to layer. I'll go to style. I'm going to add a shadow. And with the shadow, you can see that it looks a little popped up. Okay. So it gives you a look that the icon will be little popped up from the background. So that gives you the material view. Similarly, I'm going to do that same for my oval shape for the message icon. I'll go to layer, go to style, add the shadow. So now you can see that we have got both of these controls popped up. And I would like to remove the oval layer here also. So now both the controls look good to me. So one thing which I wanted to tell you, since all these controls are treated differently at the moment, what I always do, I try to make a rectangle. Let's say I'm going to design it in a way. I'm going to make a shaped rectangle somewhat like this. And in this layer, in this horizontal layer, this layer means this section to me. So I have seen the first section and I'm creating the first section like this. And within this section, we will be having our Facebook. Okay. So since it is a plain section, or you can see that there is a complete white section where 4 different sections have been made. So I'm going to make it little big. Okay. Let's just adjust it accordingly. Or let's say instead of this, let's take a rectangle which will fit the borders, and we are going to take a white section somewhat like this. Let us just ignore it. Take the fill color as white color. Okay, take the color as a white color, as well as put a shadow behind it so that it looks a little popped up. Okay, so that's the section, the first section which looks a little popped up. And within this, we are going to keep the Facebook. So first, okay, and this rectangle we are going to keep at the bottom so that our controls looks, they appear above it. Okay, now, so in this big rectangle, again I'm going to use R. R is the shortcut to create another rectangle. So again I'm going to fit another rectangle here, and within this rectangle I'm going to call it as first section, let's say. Okay, first section. Within this first section, I'm going to drag my Facebook. Okay, so I'll just let's say select Facebook, and I'm going to drag it into first section. Okay, I'm going to keep it above. I also want to drag this, and I want the search to be above. Okay, so I'll keep the first section here, and then I will have the search as well as the message. So I'm going to drag the message here, I'm going to drag the search here, and I'm going to get my first section ready. Now with this first section, I'm going to keep this layer as blank. So first select all the layers and group them together. So once you group them together, it will never happen that some lower layers will fall on the top layer. Okay, so let's call it as the first section. Okay, this is going to be the first section. So now this first section moves together. Okay, so wherever it will appear, it will always stay together. So you can quickly keep it at the top. Now within the first section, let's say I want to change the color of this rectangle. I'll go down here. I'm going to use no color, and I'll keep it somewhat like this. And similarly for this color also, I don't want to use any background color. So that will appear appropriately, let's say the white color. Okay, in case if you want to ensure that it is the appropriate white color, we are going to uncheck any color so it looks appropriately white. But now what happens is, even though we have changed every color, just give me a moment. Okay, let's say we have changed the color though, but now again this section will appear as a single section. Okay, and it will always be easy for you to handle that section. So what we do, we create the sections and we remove the layouts appropriately. Okay, is that clear? So we have got the first section created. Now similarly, you're going to have the second section. In the second section, you can have multiple tabs. Now this offers you, you can actually see various options. New from template is the feature available with Sketch, and there are certain existing templates with Adobe XD also, where we can see the material designs and we can grab the tab layouts, and various options are already prepared, which we can actually use. Okay. So similarly, we can drag and drop various icons. So let's say I'm going to see Android icon design. Okay. So here, if we see here, okay, so let's go from the template here. We are going to go for material design. Under the material design, you can see there will be a lot of icons, a lot of options like the sliding tab views and everything. All these things are already prepared. Okay, so you don't need to worry about anything. You can take the existing designs also. You can select those sections and you can use those sections. Okay, so under the material design, all specific controls like your mail icons and everything which is generally used in an Android is already available. Okay, now what we are going to do. So let's say I'm going to take my these icons, the page titles, okay, and instead I just want the tab layout. So I'm going to select this tab layout, okay, and I'm going to see if only the bounds are selected along with the third, the two, the app bar background. No, I don't want that. Okay, indicator, I've selected the indicator. So the tabs, this is the complete section which I'm going to copy from here. So we can use Control C, Command C to copy, and we can go back to our project and we can paste it here. Okay, so we have got the tabs here, but here we need to quickly check back the color of the tabs. The background color we need to check back from here. So here we are going to take the app bar background also, Command C, and I'm going to paste the app bar background in my project. Okay, so here is the app bar background and I can keep it over here. So if I keep my app bar background at the bottom and if I keep my section here, so you can see that I'm going to quickly get the tabs also. And then I can adjust my background in case if I want to. So I want to keep it limited to this section. And I can remove the color again. So you can remove the color so your backgrounds look exactly the way it has to be. Okay, now let's see. So I hope this is clear that we can quickly take up the designs, and we can drop in more icons, and we can get the tab layouts. So for now, I'm just ignoring this layout, app bar background, and I will take you to the next segment. So I don't want to use more icons which are available over here. I just want to skip to the next section so as to show you how we can create the text page and the other controls like live, the horizontal grid view. Okay, just give me a moment. Yeah. So now let's see. So second, let's create another shape. Now within this shape, again, I'm going to draw another rectangle. And this rectangle, what it is going to have, it is going to fit my second section, which is going to be my user profile section where he will write something. So again, we can take an oval shape here. Let's draw an oval shape. So I'm going to use Shift to draw an oval shape here. This oval shape is going to be for the photograph which you want to display. This is going to be the user photograph, as well as I'm going to have a curved section where we are going to write something. Let's say this is going to be our writing segment where we are going to write a message. In case if you want to change the rounded shape to something similar to Facebook rounded, so here we have the radius round corners option available. Okay, so we can increase the size. Let's say if I keep it 20, you can see that the shape increases. If I go for 40, it will look exactly similar to the one we have on Facebook. Okay, so we have got the shapes rounded. So it's a very easy part to change the shapes. Again, let's not fill any background here. Let's not fill any border here. Okay, just use the section as a white section. Let's say I would like to make use of it as white. Okay, and within this, I'm going to have it with a shadow, and within the shadow, I would like to use an image. Okay, so what image I can use? Let's say I would like to use any image from Facebook here. Let's say I would like to use my image. I'll check my profile here, or else any image. You can use whatever you like. So I'm just randomly copying this image here. So I'm going to save image to downloads. Okay, I've got my image saved, maybe. Save image to downloads. Okay, Devanshu. I'm going to keep it in my desktop under the UI designs. Okay, and I would like to copy that in my project. So here I've got this image copied. I'm going to copy it, and again I'm going to paste that on the project. So here under my sketch, so I'm going to paste my image here in the layers. So this should be outside. Okay, I'll keep it outside my application frame. But what am I going to do? I'm going to use it in this. So we can select the oval shape. We can go to the fills, but instead of the color fills this time, we can actually go for the image fills. Okay, so you can select the color. There's the image kind of icon available, and we can go for the recently used images, and we can select the image from the project. So now you can see that we're going to get the profile image loaded. Okay. Is it okay? Now here. So what next? We are going to have. Second, let's just keep the color to white. Let's go for the another section. Let's go for the white section here. I'm going to type in a text here. Under this section, you can select the text property. You can use T in order to define the text, and you can write something like write something here. Okay, write something here. So now we can go for this. Let's just define the fill. And all the users, those who are using Windows, guys, what you can do is you can do the same thing in Adobe Experience Design. Okay, so it's very similar. The same codes which I'm using, you can actually use the same controls, and you can define the design layouts in your Adobe Experience Design. So that won't be a very big problem for you. Okay, so here we don't have the borders. Let's say we don't have the color, just we want to keep that rectangle, that shape as little shadowed, so that it looks different and it looks that it comes over. I don't want the shadow color. Okay, so something like this, we can create the second section of the UI. Now, once you've got that, the third section which I would like to introduce is, you can, again, similarly, you can draw the live section, but I would like to show you the grid section, which we can take here. Okay, so in the grid section, again, we are going to take a rectangle, and let's just define a grid section here. Okay, and let's say the grid section is going to be a little big section. So we are going to have the grid section, and to make us horizontal layout, you can quickly expand it outside the boundaries. No borders, nothing. Okay, and within this grid section, what I actually want to do, I would like to take an image and I want to drop it in the rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to have that image. So I'm going to simply copy that image. I'm going to duplicate that. Let's use duplicate. I'm going to use that copy image. That copy image will be posted over this. So just for setting, let me just quickly have it so that I will be able to align it appropriately. And then I'm going to change that URL. One thing you can do, instead of using the image, we can actually use since these images are shaped images, we can use a rectangle somewhat like this. Okay, use a rectangle. You can select the roundings accordingly. Let's say I would like to use the round value like 10. And within this rectangle, I'm going to fill in the image. So go to the color, go to the recent image and fill that image. So here you're going to get the image displayed somewhat like that. And over that, we can actually write a text view. So we can go here and we can define the text view, and we can define something like, let's say, Devanshu Shukla. Okay, so that's going to be, let's say, written over the images, and I'm going to change it to something like a black color or something so that it gets visible here. Okay, then let's just drag it. You can use any color as per your choice, and let's say I would like to display somewhat like this. Now we have to group them together. So I want to group rectangle and this complete rectangle. We are going to have a complete group of all these three, and let's call it as horizontal grid. Horizontal grid. And within that horizontal grid, we are going to have this as an image view. So let's just group the selection into, and let's say item 1. So this is going to be an item 1. And similarly, you can duplicate to have multiple items here. Okay, let's say I can have multiple items now. You can use the shortcut to duplicate as Control D, and you can actually design multiple here. Okay, so let's bring it outside the item. Item 1 is going to be simply this. So we are going to use a copy, and I would like to remove this also. This is Okay, so now let's just keep it here. You can keep the settings accordingly. How would you like to keep the settings? Initially, you can use the same images for the design, but later you can use any number of images which you want. And I would like to keep that into my horizontal copy itself. So now this time, this is going to be the horizontal grid view. Okay, so just to give you a quick show that this is the horizontal view, I would like to keep it little grayed so that this section looks different to you. So now we can add any number of different images over it. Now let's say if you want to add a section like this, attach the timeline story, so you can do that stuff also. Okay, so for that you can again take a U shape. Okay, let's say I'm going to keep that image somewhere outside. Let's keep it here. I'm going to make a U shape and I'm going to draw a U shape here. Okay, so this U shape has to be the rounded U shape, and let's call it as 30. So you're going to get a feature somewhat like this, or else you can also increase it to 40 so that it looks a little rounded. And you can duplicate this. Okay, you can duplicate this using Control D and you can drop it here. So what I can do, I would like to keep it okay. Here is a oval copy which I would like to keep above the rectangle. Okay, so I have this shape here. Let's just select that. I'm going to select the complete item. I have that oval copy. Oval copy is filled with that image. Got one image, one is oval copy. And let's just copy that above the rectangle. Okay. So now I'm going to grab that oval copy and I would like to keep it here. So similarly, you're going to get that design. And if you want to make it white, the background color, you can change it to white. So you can design any custom standards which you want. Similarly, in case if you want to show a plus, again, we can create an oval. We can quickly draw a plus symbol somewhat like this here. Command Z, let's use an oval shape, use Shift to make it somewhat like this. Add a plus text key into this, use T, go here, type plus, change the shape to any color which you want. So I can quickly select the color selection tool and I can select the color selection tool which is here. So I'm going to make it white and the plus sign has to be, let's say, blue. So again, I'm going to go for fills, select the color selection tool and select your color blue. Okay. So that should be white and the background color should be blue. So I'm going to select the background with the blue color. Okay. So we go here, select the blue color here. So now that looks good to me. So I've got the plus and the rectangle. Now I'm going to make a group the selection. Let's call it as my add timeline or whatever you say, add status. Okay, and I'm going to add this status here now. I'm going to select my status and I'm going to drop my status somewhere here. And once it is selected, I would also like to change the shape. I would like to keep it locked so that it maintains its size, and I would like to take it to 20. Okay, and this also should be 20. Let's say unlock it, keep it rounded, 20 cross 20. Okay, now let's see. I think the group has been shaped a little. So you can set the oval and you can get that. So similarly like this, you can have those designs. And finally, you can have your post. So this is the final section which we will be designing. So let's go here, drag the post. Now again, in a post, what you can have is Let's just have it the white background, no borders. Okay. And within this, you're going to have the oval shape again. So you can draw different rectangles, or you can keep the controls in one layer. But it's always good idea to have multiple horizontal layers, which will always keep your controls intact. So again, I'm going to have a rectangle layer. In that, I'm going to have an oval shape depending on my type. So let's say I'm going to have the oval shape again for the profile photograph. Let's select the profile photograph here. Then I'm going to define a name. Let's say I'm going to define the name somewhat like, let's say this is going to be the profile of the user, Devanshu Shukla, let's say. I'm going to define it. Let's say I'm going to change the fill to different colors. Let's add it to black. Okay. So I'm going to get that. Here is Devanshu Shukla. I would like to keep it above the oval, above the shape, and I would like to keep it here. Then below that, you're going to have your minutes, which you want to display. Okay, so we can use text again. We can define that here. That says, let's say I'm going to have 48 minutes or something like this will be displayed over here. So again, I'm going to keep it above the other layers. Okay, and I'm going to drag and set it somewhere here, aligned. Keep the size as, let's say, a little smaller, 18, and change the color to somewhat a little gray. Okay, so somewhat like this we have done. I'm going to use command click, control click, and you can select any component anywhere, and you can go and change the background color. So once you go here, change the background color to somewhat like this, you're going to get that. So similarly, you can take any number of icons, then you can have the text view, you can have the photographs, and you're going to get that designs ready. Now, similarly, you can understand now you can go at the bottom and create more number of designs. You can have a number of lists which you want to see. Okay. Now we are going to save this project. Let's say I'm going to file, I'm going to save this project. Okay, once we save, it asks me how you want to save. So under my desktop directory, let's say I'll go to the other directory. Under the desktop, under the UI design, I'm going to call it as custom Facebook, which we have just created. So I'm going to call this sketch as custom Facebook sketch. Okay. Now, once this custom Facebook sketch has been made, what am I going to do? I'm going to open that in the Supernova Studio. So we can quickly go to File. We can open a project. We can go to our project, which we have actually designed. Let's say I'm going to select my custom Facebook. Okay, I just need to save it as a sketch file. Let's say close the project, don't save. I'm going to start Supernova Studio again, import a sketch. I'm going to use custom Facebook. I'm going to open it. Now, once we open it, it will ask me which would you like to open. So I'll say I would like to open this page, Galaxy S10. I'm going to import that page. And once I import that page, it looks somewhat like this to me. Okay. So we have got Facebook. Now we have got this control. I've selected this horizontal grid. And now I'm going to change this horizontal grid into a grid recycler view. So in a grid recycler view, now it should be a horizontal grid. Tab bar, layout, behavior. Okay. So I'll just change it to grid and change it to, let's change it to grid recycler view. And we have to keep it horizontal. There would be a feature here at the right hand side. How would you like to maintain the style of your grid recycler? So currently it is converting it into a vertical order, but we would like to make it to the horizontal order. So we are going to change the grid to horizontal layout. Okay. Now you can see it has been converted into a horizontal layout. So just I need to do a few things. I need to remove the gray rectangle out of my item. Okay. So there was Devanshu Shukla, a rectangle item, and there would be one rectangle which would have been integrated maybe somewhere within the item, due to which here is the prototype item 1, and I just need to set the size of my item 1 a little less. Okay, so I will keep my item 1 somewhat like this. Okay, so now you can see, now I have got a grid view created this way. So here, this section, we can actually change this group. We have got write something, we have got a rectangle. Let's just group both of them. Group, let's call it as a text view. Okay, so right click, convert this component into a text view. So once you convert that into a text view, this view will become a writable view. And we can set the behavior that we want to keep it at the left hand side. We don't want to keep it the horizontal. Let's set the size, and I would like this to be changed and set little aligned with my user interface. Okay, so somewhat like this. Now we have got the designs ready, and we can actually quickly export that to Android now. Okay, so custom Facebook, and let's quickly export that into Android. So it's going to be our next project which we have created. Let's open that in Android Studio, close the previous project, open an existing Android Studio project, go to your desktop, select your user interface, select your Android application. Let's say that is the custom Facebook app. We click on OK, and we are going to get the layouts. So similarly, we can draw the complete layout. It's very easy to draw the layouts. You can select any user interface, any application, and you can quickly design that to specific code and to specific design layouts. Okay, so here we have got another Galaxy S10 activity which has been designed here. So we have got the components, we have got the complete views, we have got the code, and now we are going to run it on the device. So once we run on the device, now we are going to see how it looks like on the device and how we are going to use it. So the way it was looking on S10 device, the same way it will look on our mobile interface. So now just we need to set this shape. We can adjust that shape to go a little left, and that could be changed and operated. Let's set that control Z. Okay, like this. We can change it to somewhat like this, Command S, save it, and then we can rerun the application. So similarly, certain designs can quickly be made. Now we are running that again. So that's why if you have the combination ideas of how to take up different layouts, you will be easily able to do that. Now in case if you see, now if I see, and if I just scroll my mobile phone, so I have my phone right here with me, and I'm just scrolling it the left and right hand side. So this is how we can quickly, easily make the designs. Okay, so we got the profile photo, we got different buttons, we got specific layouts. So similarly, we can design any kind of layouts which we want. Okay, just we need to work out on little adjustments so that the user interfaces and the layouts look appropriate with respect to any application whichever is available. So that's very easy. You can actually take up a design and quickly export that design into an application, and then you need to know the Java code, and you can quickly export, you can write your Java code and quickly organize your interfaces accordingly with respect to the project. So this is just a basic idea to all of you that how any kind of custom designs can be made. So I would like you all to explore UpLabs, see what kind of nice designs are available. You can quickly open those designs in your Adobe XD or Sketch. You can quickly set the constraints and you can export them into finest layouts. So that can help you draw various applications easily. You can design custom designs. It can save a lot of time for you. You can design anything, whatever you think of. Just you need to make sure that you have to define different layers. Then you have to make use of shapes like oval shapes, rectangular shapes, and rounded shapes, the text views. You have to use specific fonts. Okay, you have to group those components together so that all the components and things can stay aligned. Okay, so this is how we can actually create the designs using different tools, and accordingly you can export them into your actual Android application. Now I will be taking up the queries which I am receiving from quite a long time from YouTube. So now let's say these sessions are okay. Now let's see if I don't find any appropriate question here. Hmm. Can we use Figma? Yes, you can use Figma. Windows users have more than according to Mac users. So for Windows users, you guys can actually use Adobe XD, and you can get to know that how you can make use of Adobe XD, and the commands are very simple. It is very similar. You just need to use the shapes, drag and drop, and you can make use of XD to create your designs. Moreover, then we have, okay, then is there any certificate Hackveda courses, all these questions, anything relevant to? Mm, okay. This session is only for Mac users. No, it's not like that. We have only done the designs part. The designs part you can actually do in XD, and these are pretty similar. Sketch and XD, both the commands are very same, so there is no difference at all. So you can actually do the designs. Just the export part, you have to wait for some time. But what you can do is once you are done with the designs, you can actually use those designs with Android Studio directly. So that won't be a difficult part. That is an easy part. So that you can learn as you progress with your internships. Next we have then we have what is Anima? Yeah, so Anima is something very nice. Anima, what you can do is whenever you make designs for responsive web. So here what we have been doing is we have been exporting the designs to Android layouts or the mobile phone layouts. But in case if you're designing a web layout, so you can quickly export the web designs, you can quickly draw the web designs, any kind of website you can design, you can quickly click on export, and that can be exported into the HTML and CSS code. So that HTML and CSS can be integrated with your web application. So that's for that we make use of Anima plugin with Sketch, and that too is available for Adobe. For Adobe, you can check back the relevant plugin. Mostly both, mostly the tools which work with Sketch, they work with Adobe XD also. So you don't need to worry about it. Here, then Hackintosh. Okay, so one more thing I would like to confirm: when it comes to designs, it's always a good idea to have Mac, because Mac gives you a lot of fluency, a lot of performance improvements when you go for designs. It has very nice tools available in order to make your custom designs. Moreover, there is no limit to Windows as well. We do have a pool of Adobe tools. Adobe Experience Design and Illustrators are mostly used. And in fact, Adobe Experience Design is used over Sketch in the industry. So it's not a problem. Just the issue is the exporting with Supernova Studio. Okay. So Supernova Studio would be available very soon for Windows users, and that would be easy for you to quickly export that. Okay. Then I have got a few questions. Let's say, sir, can people skip all this designing by writing Java code appropriately? So designing Java code is possible, but it is going to be very heavy, because once you will be designing, like in case if you have to round something, you have to write a couple of lines of code in order to define the shape first, and then you have to adjust those shapes. So it's not appreciated to design with Java, because it will take a long time. Okay. And it's very difficult to attach each and everything, like setting the constraints for plus and minus everywhere. So for a professional Java programmer, it would be very easy, who is very comfortable with code. But for the beginners can easily draw things on a white paper. Let's say I will talk about how we take a project. Let's say if we take a project and the consumer comes to you, he shows you the designs that I want an application which should look similar to something like that. Now, with the current approach, what you can do is you can actually quickly take any wireframes into the code, and you can show to your users at a very early stage that this is how the application is going to look. And with the simulations, you can also show him like a prototype. So user can let you know his needs, and he will tell you whether he is comfortable with the design. In case if he is comfortable with the design, if he says show me the designs on a mobile phone and something like that, I want to see it quickly. So for that, these tools will help you a lot. If you will be writing all this in Java, it will take a lot of time, and in case if there are changes, then it's going to be very difficult. So with the development perspective in today's market scenario, it is always appreciated to have the designs quickly, because users are more concerned towards how the application is going to look like. Okay. Because they don't know the backend part much. They always focus towards how the colors should look and how the font should look and how everything looks. So for a beginner, it's very easy that he can ask for the benchmarks, or let's say the wireframes from the user. Using those wireframes, he can actually, the paper wireframes he can take up, he can draw the wireframes using the Sketch Studio or the Adobe Experience Design, and can quickly export that to code. So that is a lot of advantage. So when you will be practically implementing that in your application development experience, you will find it very easy, because otherwise with programming code, it will be very difficult to customize different designs. Okay. Next, sir, can we do custom designing in Android also? Then why to go for XD, Sketch, and Supernova? You can design in Android Studio, but it's very difficult to maintain the constraints. There, you will be limited with basic controls. In Android Studio, what generally happens is when you want to design something, you are going to get specific buttons, specific image views, kind of that. And it's always very difficult to design something beyond the scope of the user interface. And for the beginner programmer, it feels very difficult. For an intermediate level programmer, it is very easy to design anything in the Android Studio itself. Okay. But when it comes to exporting the design into code, and when it comes to taking an existing design, modifying that design and using that with a studio, with Android Studio, that is the difficult part. So let's say in case if you have to start from scratch and design in Android Studio, that is absolutely fine. But let's say if you're using anything like UpLabs and you have got to see some finest material available, and you have got to see some nice designs available on UpLabs, somewhat like this, let's say. So it is going to be very difficult for you to code it. Okay. You can not export this design directly to Android Studio. That is not possible. Hence, you have to use a design tool. You have to make your modifications, your font testing and everything there. Then you have to export that into layouts. Management of the assets can be done with that tools easily, and it will be much easy then to export it into Android Studio. You can use Android Studio designing for some minor modifications, but not for the complete designing. Okay, for the beginner level programmer, the intermediate or an expert level programmer can do it any way they want. Everything is easy for them. It's easy for them to design it in a studio. It's easy for them to design it in a graphic designing tool. But for the beginners, it's always a trouble, because in their mindset, what they think is they have some great designs in their mind, but when it comes to code, there is always a limitation. It is very difficult for them to understand, to export their designs which are available in their mindset in order to code. So that is very difficult for them. So for them, the life gets easy. For the designers, those who are not programmers, the life becomes very easy for them, because they just design it, they just draw it, they just drag and drop the images, and everything gets set. Okay. So let's say under the internships, we may be having a lot of interns, those who does not have any idea of how to run UIs and how to run Android Studio, but still they are capable of thinking of some designs. Okay. So what a team programmer, what he can do is he can ask for different designers, different team members to draw their designs. They can bring their designs. Okay, we can have those designs on a we can finalize the designs through the XD and through the sketch, and then a developer can quickly export that kind of designs into let's say into your program. So that is very easy for anyone. Okay, so that's why we generally prefer this way of designing, as well as going through any way of designing wouldn't be any problem at all. Next, I enroll in Hackveda internship, but there is no access of course. Please help. Arjun, I have got your query, but it's better to go to hackveda.in website and ask your query there. Okay. I will be able to answer only those queries which are relevant to today's topic only here. Then we can see, uh, can we do something similar for WhatsApp and use it myself? Definitely, Devanshi. You can actually design same for you can design for WhatsApp also. Okay. And one thing which I would like to show you here, there are very nice designs available for WhatsApp also. Okay. So you can quickly see what kind of new layouts for WhatsApp chat, WhatsApp messages are available. So let's say here we have one similar for Adobe XD. Okay, you can see that. So this is the latest WhatsApp design available for XD. So what you can do is, in case if you want to design WhatsApp, now it's very easy for you. You can see the chat messages look somewhat like this. So these layouts like looks beautiful to me. So how, if I'm a beginner programmer, what I can do, I can quickly go here, download it and export it, modify it in case if I need it, and then export it to your Android application. Okay. Or else if you like some part, if you like certain shapes, that how this shape looks like, how the font looks like, so you can do that. So now in case, let's say if you are a mobile programmer and if you have to show your consumers that, see, this is the level of designs I can make. So consider about applications like Uber, Zomato. You can quickly design any application which is available. So just what you need to do, you need to use an application, you need to see how the design works, and you can actually draw them. So again, if I show you here, if I show you how you can do that, it's very simple. Just these are rectangular shapes which are available over here. Over the rectangular shape, this is your rectangular API. Then this is again a shape. This is a list view which has one simple shape. Within that, again, we have a rectangle. Within that, we have an oval, which is a shaped oval. Then we have the text, we have the time and this. So you can easily design them. There is no problem at all. Okay. So whatever designs you want to make, the life becomes very easy for any UI designer. And the best part is can be exported to code. Okay. Next, let me see. So I hope your question is clear. Then I have can I do okay, alternative of Supernova? So as of now, I am not sure with any alternative of Supernova, because I have been searching for various tools like this. Though there are various tools, but the ease Supernova provides you of modification of the code of Java itself in the UI, modifications of the user interfaces, the XML layouts, exporting the code into different project format. So I have not identified any alternative tool as of now which gives us so much convenience. But yes, there are different tools available. One is builder.ai is available, where you can actually, the Windows users can actually build their applications and export that to code. Okay, here, build apps using this. So builder.ai actually offers you various options. You can go for Builder Studio, you can design different layouts, you can export them. Okay, so this option is also available. You can make use of Builder UI and go to start building. There are two ways. You can build it on a website, you can build it on a local machine, and there are various other options like mobile apps, web apps, marketplace. And you can see they are building these UI of these applications and they are charging so heavy amount. Could you see the price? This is 5,40,000 for an Uber kind of design. For Snapchat, it is 6,97,000 rupees. Okay. For Quora mobile application, 3,95,000. These are the prices of the application. For Facebook kind of design, it is 9 lakh rupees. Okay. So let's say in case, so what they do, in case if you want to have a Facebook kind of design, it's not just 9 lakh, it is 18 lakh 16,449. So somebody who wants to purchase a Facebook like application, he has to pay 18 lakh rupees with 15,137 per month as a let's say the EMI. Okay, so you can customize your idea with Android, iOS, and web. So guys, what you can see is this is the market which actually exists. So what they just do, they charge you that much money, okay, and they show that it will take 48 weeks of duration to develop that, and you can have the prototype somewhat like this. Let's say you can type in your email ID and check back how it looks like. Okay, so this is the market. So the thing which I have told you, that you can design anything. So this designing can actually give you such a great advantage that you will be able to design applications in the industry which worth value of 5 lakhs to 18 lakhs. Okay, so this is in real, this is the actual market. And high design applications, in case even if you see a medium level mobile application, it is charged supremely high. So if you work in the way which I have shown you, if you can design anything, if you customize those designs, if you can export them, it's very easy that you can have a very nice career in application designing. Okay, and it's a heavy profitable market. Okay, and now how much easy it is to design? It's very easy. You can take different designs, you can make a combination of different designs. Okay, you can copy the content of one design into other design. Let's say I have this WhatsApp, okay, and I've opened that in XD. Let's say if I want to copy that, let's say I'm having sketch here and I want to have any feature of this sketch. Let's say, just give me a moment. I'll go here. Let's say I would like to have that WhatsApp into my current existing app. Where have I downloaded that? Maybe here. WhatsApp.xg open with, okay, I cannot open that with sketch. Okay, so I'll come to that point. So what I want to tell is we can easily copy and paste these content to another layouts. So I just want to keep the session length small. In fact, I can show you in the other session also that how you can quickly copy and paste different. It's very easy. Just you have to right click, copy and paste it in the other layout, and you're going to get that. Okay. So these are the things which generally exists in the market. Next, what we have is, sir, how Java code is actually associated with these UI designs. Please provide an insight. So yes, with respect to Android code, if you want to see, let's say in Java, let's say we have got a user interface created known as Galaxy S10 XML, which has been exported. Now, how it will be connected with Java? You have got an activity here. Okay. Now you can see that within this activity, what we are actually doing is under the create instance, under the function on create, which is going to create your activity. Within that activity, this Galaxy S10 layout is used. So this is your Galaxy S10 activity, the design which I have actually exported. So we have created the XML layout. Now that is actually associated with the Java activity. Now within this activity, I can control any component. Let's say I can have a button, I can set an on-click listener on a button, and then I can define my custom methods. So let's say to open the post, or let's say in order to transition from one user interface to other interface, all these things can be done with Java. So this Java code, you can see we have not written. This Facebook text view, the horizontal recycler view, okay, the text view. I don't need to write any Java code for the UI connectivity. I just need to write the Java code for my business logic, which I want to do. Let's say if I want to show certain posts, these posts will be coming from a server. So I need to write that code. So I will be writing that JSON code. I will be connecting to the service API. I'm going to read the post and I'm going to display that on the UI. But the Java code for this UI, I don't need to write. Okay, the studio has already written that code for me. So that is one of the best part. But I can actually modify the code in case if I want to make any changes. So I hope your question is clear, that this is how the Java is connected, and I'm going to share the Android resources with you. I have actually discussed all these things like how to create the layout in Java, how to create an XML, but you will find it very difficult to see that how it is difficult to design the layouts. So this tutorial, this session could be a very high add-on to your Android or iOS development experience. And just for your information, I'm sharing the link to the Trello card where our Android programming videos are available. So here there's a section known as Android programming, and within this Android programming, I'm going to copy the links to this. So each device, right from here, right from the bottom, from day one, introduction to Android starts. You can actually go to this Trello card, you can open, and you can get started with Android development. So these are direct video links for Android training, and all these projects are made practically. Okay, so here I'm going to show you everything like
to have the version name
right from the
framework
version. You will okay, so explanation of UI, then writing each part of the code. So everything has been discussed in the Android tutorial here, right from the start. Okay, so with today
on post method के बाद आपको क्या आता है on stop. मैंने यहाँ पर
so with today's session on this design, you can actually make use of this, and you can learn Android programming in a very nice way. So you can scroll from the bottom to the top, and day wise, we have uploaded approximately a 23 to 24 day content. So 24 classes are available over here on Android, right from starting Android up to exporting the Android files into an APK file and publishing it on Play Store. So it's a complete Android course available, which you all can see and understand through our today's design class also. So we will be conducting a lot of design classes, which can actually help you understand. And I have shared the link to Trello card where you all can actually access. Okay, so here I have shared the Trello card of Android Studio. This Trello card which I have shared is publicly accessible to all the people, and whoever is interested in learning Android can get started from here. These videos are already directly downloadable, so you can download them and watch as per your convenience. And in case if you want to get involved into our internship, you can actually reach out to hackveda.in/events.php. Okay, so over our website events.php, we have got an event open for free 4 to 6 weeks summer training where you all can register. Initially, you are going to get a video series, so that we don't want to waste the time in teaching each and every student right from the scratch, because there are millions of students and every student is of different levels. Some are beginners, some are intermediate, some are experts. So in order to provide information to everyone, what we are doing is the recent sessions which we have recorded, all these video sessions which we are sharing is not just a random YouTube video. It is the sessions which we have already conducted live. So the session which I have conducted live, similarly, all those sessions were also conducted live, and we have recorded those sessions. Okay, and we have allotted those sessions on a one-to-one account so that the people can get started from the beginner. They can understand the basics. In every course, we have allotted approximately 10 classes. We do have a pool of content. Let's say we have a content of approximately 50 classes and 70 classes for every course. And in depth, we have a lot of content. But we will not share the complete content initially. So what we have done, we have shared 10 videos with one sample projects in each course under this event, Hackveda's internship 4 to 6 week, which can actually help the people to understand the fundamental concept, and then they can make use of Hackveda's platform to learn a lot of nice things. Right from not just limited to mobile application designing, what we are trying to serve, we are trying to serve all the level of education right from the beginners level. Let's say from the programming to intermediate technology, using those technology in form of projects, and then designing those technologies and using those technologies in order to design the actual mobile applications and the web applications which will be used by millions of users in the world. Okay, so we are focused towards that. But I can see a lot of beginner level students, those who got to know about our platform first, they have a misconception that once we log in, we get a YouTube video, but we cannot get to the course. And we have provided a lot of instructions in form of our previous video session. We have also provided the information through the documentation, through the emails, but somehow the people are not reading the instructions, and they are just registering, and they are seeing YouTube videos, and they think that these YouTube videos are from somewhere else. So we don't have that much time to explain it to everyone that what that content is. Okay, our responsibility is not to tell everyone that go and open that video and explain everyone that this is the class which we have recently done. We don't have that time. It is an open platform. We have opened it for everyone, for beginner, for intermediate, and for expert. And our idea behind sharing this content is just that we are hunting and we are looking for those people, those who are actually interested into learning something. We are observing those interns and candidates, and we will be taking only those candidates out. So that's why we are not keen to tell everyone that what it is and how it is and however we are organizing it. So the fundamental videos are provided to everyone, irrespective of their skill level, irrespective of their college, irrespective of their year which they belong to, irrespective of which college they are into, and what technology or what kind of education they are into, like are they from BCA or from BTech or from MTech. We have opened the basic fundamental videos to everyone. But I know that those basic fundamental videos are also so practical that it's very, sometimes it looks very difficult for a person, and students are getting confused. And do I have to do one course to get the certificate, or do I have to do 5 courses to get the certificate? They are just thinking on an idea that I want to get certificate somehow. I can understand that mostly 90% of people are joining the program just to get a certificate. That is not a problem for us. We will be issuing the certificates anyhow to the participants, those who are available on the platform. Okay, but we have an interest of identifying the talented candidates, those who will be actually working on real projects, and those who will be able to design projects worth like 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 18 lakhs, and 20 lakhs. This is what we are looking for. Okay, and just to show you, let's say what kind of projects we are planning in, what kind of I'm going to show you what kind of intern projects we are actually planning. So we are expecting a very soon. There are various projects which we are working on, DRDOs, and I am just sharing that information with all of you on the social platform. Let's say, so so there is a program for 10 crore funding for DRDO technology development, which we are working on. Okay, so under the technology development fund, these are the projects which will be taking up. So our core background of Hackveda belongs to working with DRDOs on various different projects, and these projects worth in crores. Okay, so what we are looking for is, we are looking for some great interns which we can identify, and they can with their right skills, they'll be able to work out and build these kinds of projects. So under this, you can see there are various things which we will be working, and this is something for which we are having the students. The first one of the finest project which is available over here is artificial in future EW systems. But all these things we will be explaining to our interns once they get shortlisted and evaluated. So just to pass on a quick information to all those who are watching at the moment, fundamental videos on one-to-one account is provided to help users to get to know the basics. Okay, if you have joined the platform just for a certificate and you don't care about what will you be learning and what will your career be, don't worry. Even if you don't watch a video, we are going to issue the certificates. Okay, so I assure you for that, don't worry about it. If you're just thinking of getting a certificate, then it's fine. We can issue the certificates at the end of the 4th week, even if you don't learn anything. Okay, because certificate is just a piece of paper. That certificate is not going to help you in any way in future, and that is for sure. What can help you is your actual skill and what is the demand of the current industry. One more thing I would like to tell you all, you can start from any course on one-to-one. You can start from Python, let's say. You can start from full stack. In case if you are getting evaluations from different courses, we are sending evaluations to all the candidates because actual requirement in the industry is that the person should be skilled with multiple technologies. And we just want to identify, we don't want to leave any person who might be taking full stack course but may have knowledge of Python also, may have knowledge of ethical hacking also. So that's why we are sending evaluation tests, all the evaluation tests to all the people, okay, irrespective of what course they have opted for and irrespective for what date and for batch they have opted for. Just we want to identify those candidates who may be good in one subject or who may be good in multiple subjects or whom we might find interested in different technologies. So that is something which we are looking for. That's why we are sending multiple evaluation tests to the people. It does not matter if you don't know the technology, you can skip the evaluation test. That is not going to add into your aggregate. We are going to calculate students 33% with his own number of tests he has given. So even if you give one test, at the end we are going to evaluate that particular test and your certificate will be allotted. That won't be a problem at all. Okay, so I think this is clear to everyone. Now second one is how let's see. Okay, so second, let me just, I have gone deep into something else. Let's just quickly take up the question. Sir, how Java core is actually associated? I've already answered that. Please tell us our progress level in our one-to-one account. Your progress level in your one-to-one account. Okay, so if I have to show you your progress level, so your progress level for my internship, we identified something from here. So let's say I have got this query from Pulkit Bindal. Let's say here we have Pulkit Bindal. Kahan bhai Pulkit Bindal? Ye hai, theek hai. So Pulkit Bindal, if you can help me with your, or else I can go to my drive and I can open that. Let's say I just search here. So Pulkit, if you can help me with your email ID. I think this one is your Pulkit 507 Shamli, maybe. Or if you can help me with your email ID. Okay, or else I can go to my Drive account, but I just don't want to log in from here at the moment. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll just show you. Okay, so one thing, by the time my virtual machine restores, I would like to tell, once you have registered, you have to get started with any course. You can start with Python, full stack, anything. In case if you want to start with any subject which is not listed in that 6 courses in one-to-one which comes to you by default, you can let us know and we can give you additional resources also of different subjects. We do have approximately all the subjects available which we have recorded. Since we are working on this technology from a decade, from 10 years, and 10 years is a very big time. Okay, So we can help you with any specific course. That is not a problem. Those who are interested to work only on one course, it is fine. You can learn that course topic by topic through that YouTube video. Okay. We want to invest only on those candidates. Investment as in giving the certificate is not an investment from our side. Investment is we want to invest in form of an internship on those candidates who can actually give us a trust that, let's say, not in 1 month, let's say not in 2 months. It may be possible that you may take 6 months to learn. It may be possible that it may take 1 year to learn. So we have given the account to you so that you can use it up to the Hackveda's lifetime. जितने दिन तक Hackveda अवेलेबल है उतने दिन तक आपके पास कंटेंट रहेंगे. तो जरूरी नहीं कि आपको 4 हफ्ते में ही सब पढ़ लेना है. आप एक एक करके भी सारे सब्जेक्ट्स को पढ़ सकते हैं क्योंकि सारे सब्जेक्ट्स जरूरी हैं आपके करियर के लिए. सो यू टेक योर टाइम, दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. बट क्योंकि कॉलेज को 4 से 6 हफ्ते में सर्टिफिकेट आपको सबमिट करने होंगे, इसलिए एट द एंड ऑफ द 4th वीक हम सर्टिफिकेट्स इशू कर देंगे सारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए. बट यही इंटर्न्स अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजी को सीख करके, जो हमारे पास हजारों प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं इंडस्ट्री के, उन प्रोजेक्ट्स के ऊपर वी वांट दैट दीज इंटर्न्स शुड वर्क एज अवर वर्कफोर्स, एज अवर टीम मेंबर्स. ओके, हेंस वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग देम ऑल द फाइनेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी. जो हमारे पेड प्रोग्राम्स है उससे भी ज्यादा सारा कंटेंट उठा के हम फ्री प्रोग्राम में स्टूडेंट्स को प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, सो दैट वो अपनी पेस पे लर्न कर रहे हैं. और जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं उसके लिए हमारे साथ लाइव डिस्कशंस में आ सकें, हमारे साथ लाइव डिस्कशन जूम की मीटिंग्स में कर सकें. ठीक है, हमसे सीख सकें, हम उनको अलग अलग चीजें सिखा सकें और फिर उसके बाद में वो अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स के ऊपर काम कर सकें. ठीक है, बट ये तभी पॉसिबल होगा जब इवैल्यूएटेड स्टूडेंट्स हमारे पास उन प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहे होंगे. अगर कोई बिगिनर लेवल का बच्चा है, मान लीजिए, जिसने अभी अभी पाइथन पढ़ना शुरू किया है, तो उसको इंटर्नशिप में हम एक बेसिक प्रोजेक्ट देंगे. ठीक है, एक छोटा सा प्रोजेक्ट देंगे, स्मॉल प्रोजेक्ट देंगे. जो एक्सपीरियंस है, इंटरमीडिएट है, उसको उसके लेवल का हम प्रोजेक्ट देंगे. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर इवैल्यूएटिंग. सो इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी. आपके सर्टिफिकेट्स का आपके नंबर ऑफ कोर्सेज से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. आप चाहे 1 प्रोग्राम करें, 2 प्रोग्राम करें, जो क्लासेस आप स्किप करते हैं वो आप स्किप भी कर सकते हैं. अगर आप सारी देखना चाहते हैं एक एक करके, आपको आपका खुद का शेड्यूल बनाना है. हमने आपको एक गिवन कंटेंट दे दिया है. जो कंटेंट हम अपडेट कर रहे हैं वो कंटेंट भी हम आपको देंगे. जो भी आप व्यू कर रहे हैं आप उससे देखिए. अगर कोई इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट आपके पास आते हैं, अगर वो इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट आपके कोर्स से रिलेवेंट नहीं है, आप उसे छोड़ दो. उसका ओवरऑल स्कोर के ऊपर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला, उसका आपके सर्टिफिकेट से भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. अगर एट द एंड बाई चांस अगर आपको आपका इवैल्यूएशन नहीं भी आता है आपके कोर्स से रिलेटेड, तो भी आपको उसका सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा. ठीक है, दिस इज द थिंग. अगर कोई बच्चा 6 कोर्सेज कर रहा है तो उसको 6 के 6 सर्टिफिकेट्स मिलेंगे. सो दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल. सो आई थिंक आई हैव सॉर्टेड द क्वेरी. सो बहुत सारे बच्चे जो बेसिक लेवल में है वो कंफ्यूज हैं कि हमने लॉग इन किया, अब यूट्यूब वीडियो हमें मिला है, अब हमें क्या करना है. ठीक है, तो जो आपको यूट्यूब वीडियो मिला है वो हमारी क्लास का वीडियो है जो हमने पब्लिक कर दिया है ताकि आप लोग उसे देख सकें और एक बेसिक फंडामेंटल नॉलेज आपको मिल सके, ताकि जब हम आपको फर्दर नॉलेज प्रोवाइड करें वो नॉलेज आप ग्रास्प कर पाएं. ठीक है, और उसके लिए ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपको आज ही 2 दिन में या 4 दिन में पूरा पढ़ लेना है. आप अपना टाइम लीजिए. हमने अपनी कंडीशंस, जो हमने आपको इंस्ट्रक्शंस का मेल दिया है, उसमें हमने लिखा है कि हर दिन आपको एक वीडियो देखना है. वो एक वीडियो सेशन 2 घंटे की क्लास का सेशन है, वो आप अपने सब्जेक्ट का देख सकते हैं. ठीक है, ज़रूरी नहीं है. लेकिन जो बच्चे हमारे रिकमेंडेशन की वीडियोस देख रहे हैं, दे विल गेट हेल्प फ्रॉम अस. मतलब हमारे जो प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए जो इंपॉर्टेंट वीडियोस हैं वो हम रिकमेंडेशंस में अभी डाल रहे हैं. ठीक है, वो एक सिंगल वीडियो भी अगर हमने कोई रिकमेंडेशन में डाली है तो आप समझ लो उतना ही काम हमें चाहिए हमारे उस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए. ठीक है, या आपको उतना ही हेल्प हम देना चाहते हैं बेसिकली उस प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में समझने के लिए. बाकी जितने रिसोर्सेज हैं, जब हम आपको प्रोजेक्ट के लिए शॉर्टलिस्ट कर देंगे तब हम आपको सारे वो रिसोर्सेज प्रोवाइड कर देंगे. दिस इज द थिंग. सो यू डोंट नीड टू वरी अबाउट एनीथिंग. जितने भी बिगिनर्स हैं, स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द स्क्रैच, सेलेक्ट योर कोर्स. यू डोंट नीड टू टेल अस, वी विल आइडेंटिफाई आपने कौन सा कोर्स किया है. आप प्लेटफॉर्म पे हैं, आपके प्लेटफॉर्म में 6 कोर्सेज हैं, आपको 6 के 6 सर्टिफिकेट्स मिलेंगे. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है उस चीज़ के लिए. ठीक है, और वो 6 कोर्सेज आप फुल स्टैक करें, XYZ करें, आपको सर्टिफिकेट्स मिलेंगे उन प्रोग्राम्स के. आप जो भी इवैल्यूएशंस देंगे उनके बेसिस के ऊपर. इवैल्यूएशंस के लिए 33% आपको स्कोर करने होंगे. दैट इज द थिंग. दूसरी चीज़ मैं आपको जो बता रहा था कि हम इवैल्यूएट कैसे कर रहे हैं, हम टाइमिफाई पे आपको अपने क्विज इवैल्यूएशंस दे रहे हैं अलॉन्ग विथ जो रेस्पॉन्सेज हैं उस बेसिस पे भी मैं आपको बता देता हूँ। हम सारे जो भी इवैल्यूएशंस भेज रहे हैं हम उन्हें प्रोसेस कर रहे हैं। आपका जो प्रोग्रेस है वो भी हम आपको मेल पे भेज रहे हैं। अगर आप कोई भी इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट देते हैं, ठीक है, जैसे मान लीजिए अभी हमने आपको एक पाइथन का इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट दिया, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द रेस्पॉन्सेज ऑफ पुलकित बिंदर क्योंकि उन्होंने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा है। तो अभी पाइथन इवैल्यूएशन में 223 बच्चों ने ये इवैल्यूएशन दे चुके हैं, ठीक है। हर बच्चे का अलग अलग स्कोर है, 8 मार्क्स का ये था, किसी के 2 हैं, किसी के 4 हैं, किसी के 0 हैं, किसी के 6 हैं, काइंड ऑफ दैट। ओके, लेट्स से आई नीड टू सर्च फॉर समथिंग लाइक पुलकित। ओके, लेट्स से आई थिंक आप ही हो क्या? पुलकित बिंदर नहीं तो दिव्यांश सिंह आ गया। Okay, that might be loading. ठीक है, अब देखो इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट में नेम, ईमेल, नेम नंबर डाला ही नहीं, कैसे पता चलेगा मैं नाम क्या बच्चे का? ओके, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, खैर ये तो सैंपल था। सो चलो जो भी है, बताया नहीं, पुलकित 507 शामली ना, ठीक है। तो आपको जो प्रोग्रेस देना है ये हमने आपको स्कोर रिलीज किए थे आपके मेल पे, ये हम स्कोर्स रिलीज करते हैं। ऑलरेडी हम स्कोर्स रिलीज कर भी चुके हैं, बट अगर आपको देखना है तो मैं एक बार आपको दोबारा स्कोर रिलीज कर देता हूँ, ठीक है, सो दैट यू विल गेट एन आइडिया कि आपका क्या प्रोग्रेस लेवल चल रहा है। तो आपने एक इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट दिया है, उसमें आपने 2 नंबर स्कोर किए हैं 8 में से, आपको उसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन आपको भेज दी गई है। तो अब आपको पता है कि अगर आपने पाइथन देखा, पाइथन का इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट दिया, तो आपने 2 नंबर स्कोर किए हैं पाइथन में, ठीक है, तो दैट इज योर प्रोग्रेस। तो अगर आप 33% में नहीं आ रहे तो आप समझ लो कि अभी आप बेसिक हैं, आपको और भी आगे इवैल्यूएशंस देने पड़ेंगे। इसी इवैल्यूएशन का अगर आप पाइथन का कोर्स कर रहे हैं तो जितने इवैल्यूएशंस आपको पाइथन मिलेंगे उसका ओवरऑल स्कोर हम ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, ठीक है। अगर आपने सिर्फ एक ही पाइथन का इवैल्यूएशन दिया है तो हम इसी इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट को आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे, ठीक है। तो दैट इज योर स्कोर एंड वी आर सेंडिंग इट ऑन योर ईमेल आईडी कि आपने क्या स्कोर किया है अपने कौन से क्वेश्चन के लिए। Is that clear? Second, DRDO was always a dream. Okay, that's good. It's very easy. You can do a lot of projects with us on DRDO. We have been working with DRDO, ADRD from a very long time, from decade when I started my company in 2011. Since then, we are working with DRDO. So you can have a lot of work on that. Next, so what are the, and that is just one kind of project I have shown you. There are pool of projects which has to be done and implemented. And what is required? The video series which we have given you in your one-to-one account are sufficient to take up these projects, you know. Just if you go through with them with attention and if you implement those, they are a pool of very nice information, okay. That videos are, we have made it public, but it's not like that it does not have a value. It does have a lot of value because they have been conducted in the sessions. People have paid a lot of heavy amount for all those sessions, but just to have new interns, we have made those sessions public, okay. So make use of that opportunity because really you get an opportunity where you get a collective resource and all those resources are highly practical. If you will watch it, definitely you rest assured that you are going to learn a lot of good stuff. And if it's just about certificates, don't worry about it. You're going to get the certificates you are definitely going to get. You can submit your certificates in the college, but take my words, that won't help you in future anyway. Until and unless you work, that won't help you in any way, okay. So let's see, next we have sir, what are the languages we should invest our time on? So Manzar Sahil, you can invest your time on any language which you want, okay. So let's say if I can speak well in English, English is my language. If I can speak in Hindi, Hindi is my language. When it comes to programming languages, you can take up any. When I started my career, I started with .NET. So .NET was very popular at that point of time. I was graduating from my BTech in 2007 to 2011. So I started my BTech in 2007 and I graduated in 2011. So during my second year and third year, I was watching ASP.NET videos and the videos on from Microsoft on .NET, and I was very happy. So I started my career with .NET language. But as soon as I came into the industry, I switched from .NET to Java, then I switched from Java to Kotlin, then I switched from Kotlin to Python, kind of that. So it's always been a switch. And after working in the industry for a decade, from 10 years, I got to identify that it only depends on the project which we work on. What skills we do have doesn't matter at all. What business you get, what projects you get drives what you need to learn. So in the industry, we always have to keep on learning. In case if you are going to get a project that is on, let's say in Go, in Geo language, let's say if we are going to get a project tomorrow in some other language, we are going to learn that language and we are going to implement that. Okay, so you don't need to worry about what language. You can start with any language. All the concepts are same in each and every language. What I can do in Python, the similar thing I can do in Java, the similar thing I can do in any other language like C++ or anything. So one key I had, it's always good to learn multiple languages. Okay, it's because if you know multiple languages, you will be able to grab more projects. You will be able to work with more frameworks, and you will be able to come up with diverse solutions. So what I generally do when I was working, my core field was cyber security. So I used to write one common code where I used to transfer a shell from one computer to other computer. That is what my main objective was. So for the very first time in .NET, what I made a simple program from where I was transferring the command line of one computer to other computer. I have coded that in C++, sorry, in .NET, and that was the only thing which I got to know when I was learning my first language. Then when I switched to another language like Java, what I learned was I was not running to learn all the concepts of Java. What I switched to, I have just implemented the same project in Java. So I was comfortable enough and I thought, okay, wow, now my skill, which is transferring one shell from one computer to other computer, I can implement it in two languages. That means I can do it in .NET as well as in Java. So that means I can take two projects, two kind of projects. I can take projects for Java as well as for C++ for .NET. Then what I did, I have learned different languages and I have learned only that part which can help me transfer my shell from one computer to other computer. Okay, because I was not having any project at that time when I was learning. So I had only one concept, transferring the shell from one computer to other computer, and I have learned it in 7, 8 different languages. So I have gone to the Tiobe index. I have been using Tiobe index from a very long time. Tiobe index is the programming index, which gives you the world programming languages index. Okay, here it is, the software quality company. In this Tiobe index, what you can see what are the top languages for specific tiers. So now if you see, C programming is reaching to the highest position at the moment. Now you may be thinking how C got to be the top at the moment. So C is switching to the top. Why? Because of competitive programming. A lot of recruitment and a lot of development is being done in C, because nowadays what people are doing is they are designing their own operating systems. They are designing their devices, the device drivers in C. C is a very important language. A couple of years, let's say from now, from the previous 5 to 7 years, there was a very huge downfall in C because people were not working on the code level. But now people have been working in the last 5 to 7 years, they have been working on the application oriented side. But now again, the industry is switching towards the code level, the framework level, the driver level. Hence C is gaining the popularity. So there are two things, because you can write system level software here in this. Let's call it a system level software can be designed in this. Secondly, the second reason is competitive programming. As you all can see, all the companies have started hiring IT professionals, and their interviews, they are conducting their interviews the programming interviews and people are using C programming because there are such a expanded level of customization available in C that you can interact with various data structures, various pointers. You can quickly configure everything. Okay, so that's where C is gaining the popularity. Java earlier has been the first language. Now it has switching down to the next level. Then you have Python, then you have C++, C Sharp, Java, JavaScript, PHP, XYZ. Now what I did, I know how to reverse shell in all these languages. So that was my objective. So how I made a backbone by making one project. This is my project one. Okay. This project I used to call reverse shell. Okay. So I used to create the user interface for the same project. And then what I did, I have learned different languages and I've made one sample project in that. Why I have made this project? Because I was clear with the concept that how reverse shell works. Now the only need was, if I'm able to learn a language and will I be able to do what I want in that, that gives me the feel that yes, I know that programming language. Now, once I'm going to get a project on that language, I'm going to learn that references, I'm going to learn those libraries, and then I'm going to implement the project. The basic input output system, the basic UI designing, I understand about all the languages. So that gives me that advantage to work out on different kinds of projects and implement that. Okay. So you all can do the same. So it doesn't matter. In case if you are confused in selection of a programming language, always select the topmost programming language in that year. Okay. So let's say if you want to start from today, that I want to select a programming language in which I want to excel, you start with C programming language. I would suggest that. Okay. Start with C. So now how will you ensure that you got to learn everything about C? In today's scenario, that reverse shell, the project which I implemented, won't be much useful for you. Okay. I learned it in 2011 because cybersecurity was booming at that point of time. 2011 was the initiation of cybersecurity, let's say, popularity in India. Okay, so post Android, the cybersecurity was also the second thing which was highly in demand in the industry in 2011 when I came out of my college. Okay, so that's why I was working on reverse shell. But today, what you all can do is, in case either you can take a technology like machine learning, data science, which is popular today, in order to identify the popular technology or language which is currently running or which is going to come in future, you can always refer Gartner hype cycle. Okay, so there is Gartner hype cycle, which actually tells you which is the technology which is currently running and what technology is going to be popular in future. Okay, so I'm showing you this, the Gartner hype cycle. This, over this, the industry works. Okay, so if you can see at the very bottom here, there are skills. What we have to check, we have to see when the technology will reach on a plateau. Okay, so when a technology reach on a plateau, companies develop product on that for consumers. ओके, सो जब भी कोई टेक्नोलॉजी प्लेटो पे पहुंच जाती है, तब तब हम उस टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके उसके प्रोडक्ट्स बनाते हैं कंज्यूमर्स के लिए. अब आपके पास कई सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज उस ग्राफ पे लिस्टेड हैं, जो कि कुछ ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं जो 2 साल के अंदर पहुंच जाएंगी, कुछ ऐसी हैं जो 2 से 5 साल में, 5 से 10 साल, इतने ही आप देखो तो काफी है. ये जो गार्टनर सोर्स है ये 2019 का है. ठीक है, यानी 2019 से 2021 तक, 2021 से 2024 तक, 2025 तक और 2025 से 2035 तक. ठीक है, ये टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं. सो लेट्स से अप टू लेट्स से 2021, सिमिलरली अप टिल लेट्स से स्पेस देके लिख देता हूँ, ये 2021 तक हैं, ये 2000 मान लो 25 तक हैं और ये वाली हैं 2035 तक. अब इसके थ्रू तुम सेट कर सकते हो कि तुम्हें किस टेक्नोलॉजी को कब सीखने की जरूरत है. हम टेक्नोलॉजी को तब सीखते हैं जब वो पीक ऑफ इन्फ्लेटेड एक्सपेक्टेशन पे होती है. ठीक है, वी लर्न द टेक्नोलॉजी एट दिस टाइम. इस ड्यूरेशन पे हम टेक्नोलॉजी को लर्न करते हैं, जो इंडस्ट्री प्रोफेशनल्स होते हैं, और इस टाइम पे हम उसका प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट करते हैं. ठीक है, जब टेक्नोलॉजी इस जगह पे पहुंच जाती है, तब हम उसके ऊपर प्रोडक्ट बनाना शुरू करते हैं. ओके, समझ रहे हो मेरी बात? आप लोग ये चीज़ें नोट कर सकते हो, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। अगर ये दो चीज़ें आपको समझ में आ गई तो आपको बहुत ईजी हो जाएगा सब कुछ बनाना। तो अब अगर मैं आपको बताऊं कि इस समय हमें क्या सीखना चाहिए, ठीक है, तो ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी सीखनी चाहिए जो 2 से 5 साल में पहुंचने वाली है, ठीक है। एआई, प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस, ठीक है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके लिए। इसके बाद में क्या है, ये तो सैटेलाइट सिस्टम उसके लिए है। पर्सोनिफिकेशन, एक्सप्लेनेबल आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, नॉलेज ग्राफ्स, सिंथेटिक डेटा, ओके, ड्रोन्स, इमोशंस एआई, फेस रिकॉग्निशन, ऑल दैट व्हाट एवर इज हैपनिंग, ठीक है। ट्रांसफर लर्निंग, ये डीप लर्निंग का पार्ट है। इसके बाद में है आपके पास अडेप्टिव मशीन लर्निंग, जनरेटिव एडवर्सरियल नेटवर्क्स। ये जो हमारे कोर्सेज में है, ये जो भी चीज़ें मैंने सेलेक्ट की हैं, ये आपको उन 1-to-1 कोर्सेज में दी गई हैं। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस डीप लर्निंग नाम का एक कोर्स है जिसमें ये जनरेटिव एडवर्सरियल नेटवर्क्स, अडेप्टिव मशीन लर्निंग, ये सब हम एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। सो ये सब टेक्नोलॉजी हैं जो अभी सीखने की हैं। ये वाली इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स वालों की हैं, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन मेमोरी। ग्राफ एनालिटिक्स भी आपके लिए टेक्नोलॉजी जो आपको अभी सीखनी चाहिए, ठीक है। लेकिन अगर अब आप ये कहो कि ठीक है, अभी क्या चल रहा है मार्केट में, ये आ गई है ट्रो ऑफ डिसइल्यूजनमेंट। ऑटोनोमस ड्राइविंग आप जानते हो अभी लेवल 4 पे चल रही है। इंडस्ट्री लगभग इसके ऊपर सारी रिसर्च कर चुकी है कि कहाँ पे पास हो सकती है, कहाँ पे फेल हो सकती है। इसने क्या कहते हैं, बहुत सारे लोगों ने, गूगल ने अपनी ऑटोनोमस कार बना दी है, ठीक है। इलॉन मस्क ने अपनी ऑटोनोमस कार बना दी है। सब अपनी अपनी कार बना के भी टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, रिसर्च फेज चल रही है। इसी को हम कहते हैं ट्रो ऑफ डिसइल्यूजनमेंट, जहाँ पे हमारी आंखों के सामने से पर्दा हट जाता है कि ये टेक्नोलॉजी कहाँ पे काम कर सकती है, कहाँ पे नहीं काम कर सकती है। बट ये जो टेक्नोलॉजीज आपको यहाँ पे पीले में दिख रही हैं, ये 2 साल में यहाँ पे पहुंच जाएंगी, प्लेटू ऑफ प्रोडक्टिविटी पे। समझ रहे हो? तो अगर आप आज इन चीजों को लर्न करोगे तो जैसे ही कॉलेज के बाहर निकलोगे, इन्हीं का डेवलपमेंट हो रहा होगा, तो आप ये प्रोडक्ट्स बनाओगे। अब इसमें देखो कहीं पे मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन या वेब एप्लीकेशन लिखा है? मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन, वेब एप्लीकेशन, इन सब का आउटकम है। जब आप इन टेक्नोलॉजी को किसी यूजर को सोल्यूशन के नाम पे दोगे, तब आपको उसकी वेबसाइट बनानी पड़ेगी या उसकी मोबाइल ऐप बनानी पड़ेगी। ओके, मोबाइल ऐप बनाओगे, उसकी वेबसाइट बनाओगे, उसकी सिक्योरिटी करोगे, ठीक है। ये एप्लीकेशन फॉर्मेट है, बट यूजर को डिमांड नहीं है इसका। इसके तो ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे सॉल्यूशंस अवेलेबल हैं। बट व्हाट यू गाइस आर ट्राइंग टू लर्न, यू आर ट्राइंग टू लर्न दिस इंस्टेड ऑफ लर्निंग एंड फोकसिंग टुवर्ड्स द टेक्नोलॉजी विच विल बी इन डिमांड। क्योंकि किसी भी चीज को सीखने के लिए 1 साल, 2 साल, 4 साल लगेंगे आपको, तब आप बेहतर तरीके से उसको कर पाओगे। तो व्हाट हैकवेदा इज डूइंग, हमने आपको ना ये सारी चीजें कॉम्बिनेशन में प्रोवाइड कर दी। वी हैव प्रोवाइडेड यू एवरीथिंग इन कॉम्बिनेशन। हमने इनका एड ऑन बना दिया है, प्लस कर दिया है दोनों को। हमने आपको टेक्नोलॉजी भी दे दिया है, डेटा साइंस, मशीन लर्निंग, डीप लर्निंग की क्या टेक्नोलॉजी आगे यूज होने वाली है 2021 में, और उस टेक्नोलॉजी का ऐप कैसे बनेगा, उसकी सिक्योरिटी कैसे होगी, मशीन लर्निंग की मॉडल्स कैसे हैक होते हैं, सब कुछ कैसे होता है, उसकी वेबसाइट्स कैसे बनती हैं, वेबसाइट्स कैसे हैक होती हैं, वो सब कुछ हमने आपके 1-to-1 के कोर्स में डाल दिया है। सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर एक्चुअली ट्राइंग टू डू। ओके, सो आई होप यू गाइस आर क्लियर विद दैट, एंड जस्ट टू गिव यू अ क्विक अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ व्हाट दैट इज, ठीक है। ये कहाँ पे अवेलेबल है, मैं अब आप लोगों को एक बार गाइड भी कर देता हूँ, ताकि जो भी लोग देख रहे हैं, और वो अगर अपने फ्रेंड्स आपके कनेक्टेड हैं इन द इंटर्नशिप, तो आप उन्हें एक्सप्लेन कर पाएंगे कि एक्चुअली में करना क्या है और क्यों जरूरी है वो सब कुछ। करो आप बेशक एक कोर्स, बट जब आप कॉलेज के बाहर निकलोगे तो 1 साल बाद, 2 साल बाद, 3 साल बाद, तो आपको ये चीजें बनानी पड़ेगी। दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इट, ठीक है। तो वो अभी सीख लोगे तो 2 साल में 15 लाख, 20 लाख ये वाली एप्लीकेशंस बनाओगे। नहीं सीखोगे तो 10,000, 20,000 वाली प्लेसमेंट की जॉब्स पे जाओगे, ठीक है। तो डिसाइड आपको करना है कि आप 10,000, 20,000 पर मंथ पे जाके काम करने वाले हो, या उतनी स्किल्स लेके जाने वाले हो कि 15-15, 20-20 लाख की एप्लीकेशन 2-2, 4-4 दिन में बना सको। सो दैट यू हैव टू थिंक, ओके। बट यू कीप ऑन थिंकिंग। बाय द टाइम लेट मी जस्ट शो यू कि क्या है उसके अंदर। आई विल जस्ट लॉग इन विथ वन अकाउंट। सो पॉसिबल है कि डिफिकल्ट होगा आप लोगों के लिए स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा, बट एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा आपको मिलेगा। और ज़रूरी नहीं कि सब कुछ 4 हफ्ते में सीख जाओगे, नाउ यू हैव टू बी अ मेंबर ऑफ हैकवेदा फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम, बिकॉज हम ये कंटेंट हटा देने वाले हैं ऐसा नहीं है, दिस कंटेंट इज गोइंग टू बी देयर। ओके, अब अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे तो हमने पाइथन प्रोग्रामिंग, मशीन लर्निंग, फुल स्टैक वेबसाइट डिजाइनिंग, हैकिंग एंड सिक्योरिटी एंड आर्टिफिशियल एंड डीप लर्निंग, ये सब कुछ हमने आपको इसलिए दे दिया है क्योंकि इसके अंदर डीप लर्निंग के अंदर जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के कॉन्सेप्ट है, ये 2-2 घंटे के बहुत ही प्रैक्टिकल सेशंस है जो 2021 में यूज होगा, वो सीखना आपको आज से पड़ेगा। एक बार में वीडियो देख के सीख जाओगे ऐसा भी नहीं होगा, आपको एक बार सीखना पड़ेगा, दोबारा फिर देखनी पड़ेगी, दोबारा फिर देखनी पड़ेगी, 4 बार इंप्लीमेंट जब करोगे तब समझ में आएगी जाके चीज, लेकिन एक बार समझ में आ जाएगी ना तो प्रॉफिट ही प्रॉफिट है। सिमिलरली इसके बाद में जो दूसरी टेक्नोलॉजी जैसे हैकिंग एंड सिक्योरिटी में, अब हमने आपको सारी चीजें डाल दी हैं कि ठीक है वेबसाइट्स कैसे हैक होंगी, सर्वर्स के ऊपर कैसे लोग अटैक करते हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर कैसे क्रैक होंगे, ठीक है, नेटवर्क कैसे हैक होगा, मोबाइल फोन्स कैसे हैक होंगे टेक्नोलॉजी के, ताकि जब आप वो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस टेक्नोलॉजी बनाओ तब आपको ये पता हो कि ये सब हैकिंग कैसे हो रही है और कैसे हमको इन्हें प्रोटेक्ट करना है। ओके, और ये जो भी सेशंस हमने आपको दिए हैं ये बेशक यूट्यूब पे हैं, बट ये सारे सेशंस हमारे क्लास के प्रैक्टिकल सेशंस हैं जो कि प्रैक्टिकली आपको सिखाएंगे कि अब जैसे मान लो व्हाट्सएप हैक करना है, ठीक है, कैसे हम व्हाट्सएप की इंफॉर्मेशन हम एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं, काइंड ऑफ दैट। ओके, ये हमने कुछ /var/www ये एक लाइव सेशन चल रहा है जिसमें ये क्लास हो रही है, उसी में मोबाइल फोन हैक होने के बाद कैसे स्पाई कर सकते हैं ये उसका कैप्चर किया गया है यहाँ पे। ओके, समझ रहे हो? तो काइंड ऑफ दैट ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर बीइंग गिवन। सो कैसे हम वेबकैम स्टार्ट करते हैं, ये बेसिक चीजें हैं, इन्हीं बेसिक चीजों को बाद में आप प्रोग्राम के थ्रू कर सकते हैं। दैट्स व्हाट यू गाइस नीड टू लर्न एंड दैट्स व्हाट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव बिहाइंड द ट्रेनिंग्स व्हिच वी आर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग। ओके, सो पीपल आर इफ एनीबॉडी इज थिंकिंग कि वहां पे सिर्फ यूट्यूब वीडियो है, यूट्यूब पे तो सारा कंटेंट है, you may have a wrong misconception, you may be having a misconception. Okay, YouTube पे जो videos हैं maybe they may not be aligned appropriately towards the technology, but जो हमने आपको करिकुलम दिया है वो अपने आप पे ही एक बहुत ही बेहतर सीक्वेंस में है। आप किसी भी कोर्स को सेलेक्ट करें, उसके सीक्वेंस को पढ़ें, you will get a lot of knowledge on it. Okay, and ये जो knowledge है वो actually directed है उस फॉर्मेट पे जो आपको जरूरत पड़ेगी। आप हो सकता है आज आपको लगे यार चीज डिफिकल्ट हो सकती है कुछ है, पर डिफिकल्ट कुछ भी नहीं है, प्रैक्टिकली हर चीज बहुत ही प्रॉपर्ली एक्सप्लेन की गई है। बट हाँ, आपको 1 बार 2 बार 3 बार 4 बार आपको इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। सो उसके लिए हमने ऑर्गेनाइज किया है। अभी बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स, अराउंड 1324 स्टूडेंट्स रजिस्टर ऑलरेडी हो चुके हैं इस इवेंट के लिए, एंड वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग मोर पीपल विल बी ज्वाइनिंग द इंटर्नशिप्स। ओके, सो अभी पूरे 1324 बच्चे हमारे को इंटर्नशिप के लिए चाहिए। ऐसा मतलब हम तो कर सकते हैं, हमारे पास बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, बट सारे बच्चे इंटर्नशिप करने के लायक हैं या उस लेवल पे हैं, दैट मे नॉट बी श्योर, बिकॉज बहुत सारे प्रोग्रामर्स बिगिनर्स होंगे जो फर्स्ट टाइम पे स्टार्ट करेंगे, तो उनके लिए कोर्सेज हैं। पाइथन प्रोग्रामिंग बिगिनिंग से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, ठीक है, एक लैंग्वेज है। मशीन लर्निंग जो टेक्नोलॉजी वो बिगिनिंग से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, राइट फ्रॉम द वेरी स्टार्टिंग विद 1 प्रोजेक्ट इम्प्लीमेंटेड। ये जो पूरे 7 सेशंस हैं, इसमें एक पूरा का पूरा एक रेस्पॉन्सिव वेब एप्लीकेशन बनने के साथ पे एक पूरा प्रोजेक्ट होस्टेड है। मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ, ठीक है, आई एम गोइंग टू शो यू। अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे तो इस तरीके का एक पूरा वेबसाइट मशीन लर्निंग का एप्लीकेशन कैसे बनता है, कैसे इंटीग्रेट होता है, बाकी अगर आप 10-12 इस तरीके से पूरा बना हुआ है, ठीक है। और ये भी जो सेशन वो एक क्लास का सेशन है, ताकि आप लोगों को ये ना लगे कि आप ऑनलाइन लाइव क्लास में नहीं बैठे हो, ठीक है। तो इट्स अप्रॉक्सीमेटली लाइव, तो सब कुछ है, टेक्नोलॉजी है, ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग है। फिर अगली सिक्योरिटी वीडियो में आप जाओगे तो उसमें सिक्योरिटी की हैकिंग है। मतलब अगर यही आप मॉडल बना रहे हो, अब यहाँ पे जो साइबर सिक्योरिटी कोर्स हमने आपको दिया है उसी के अंदर साइबर सिक्योरिटी में इसी एप्लीकेशन को हैक किया जा रहा है। आई विल शो यू कि अगर किसी ने ये वेबसाइट बनाया है तो आप इसको हैक कैसे करोगे। ये है हैकिंग वेब एप्लीकेशन एंड एक्सप्लॉइट डेवलपमेंट, ठीक है। ये अब इसी एप्लीकेशन में पूरा का पूरा जो सर्वर है वो कैसे or else you can make use of Trello to simply upload the PHP file there. So if you want to see, ठीक है, ये देखो, अब यहाँ पे वही वैसा ही एक एप्लीकेशन प्रोजेक्ट है जो बनाते हैं वेब डिजाइनर्स, लेकिन उसको प्रैक्टिकली हैक कैसे किया जाएगा उसका एक पूरा कंट्रोल सेशन है। तो ये जितने भी कोर्सेज हैं ये आपस में एक दूसरे के साथ कनेक्टेड है, ठीक है। तो पहले आप प्रोग्रामिंग सीखोगे, फिर मशीन लर्निंग सीखोगे, उससे मॉडलिंग सीखोगे, उस मॉडलिंग से आप वेबसाइट्स बनाओगे, उस मॉडल को यूज करके आप एप्स बनाओगे, फिर उन एप्स की आप सिक्योरिटी करोगे, तब आप एक ओवरऑल डेवलपर बनोगे, ठीक है। या आप एक एक्चुअल रियल वैल्यू प्रोजेक्ट जिसका वर्थ लाखों में है या करोड़ में भी हो सकता है, वैसे एप्लीकेशन प्रोजेक्ट्स आप बना पाएंगे, ठीक है। सो ये आप लोगों को समझना है, मैं इतना ही आप लोगों से कह सकता हूँ, ठीक है। बाकी वी आर ट्राइंग आवर बेस्ट एफर्ट्स दैट हाउ पीपल कैन गेट टू इट। बाकी अगर कॉन्सेप्ट में सिर्फ सर्टिफिकेट है वो तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, मतलब उसमें आपको टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं, वो हमारे लिए 1 मिनट गेम है, वी हैव टू क्लिक अ बटन एंड सर्टिफिकेट्स विल बी अलॉटेड इन ऑल ऑफ योर अकाउंट्स, दैट वोंट बी अ प्रॉब्लम, ओके। देन तो एक छोटे से क्वेश्चन में बहुत लंबा लेक्चर दे दिया मैंने, आई एम सो सॉरी फॉर दैट, बट आई थिंक इट वाज बेटर टू क्लियर दैट. Sir, are the test-based video wise in a broad manner to say all 10 videos content is in the first step? Is it so? No, no, no. The tests are of 3 types. It could be a video-based test, it could be a project-based test, and it could be an overall test. तो अभी जो हम इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट भेज रहे हैं वो या तो वीडियो बेस्ड टेस्ट है, जैसे हमने डेटा साइंस और इवैल्यूएशंस का एक टेस्ट भेजा है, उसमें सिर्फ एक वीडियो है, उस वीडियो में जो भी पढ़ाया गया है उसका ही टेस्ट है, ठीक है। पाइथन में हमने एक रैंडम सैंपल भेजा था सब लोगों को, काइंड ऑफ दैट। सो अभी जो आप लोगों को इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट मिल रहे हैं वो सेशन बेस्ड टेस्ट मिल रहे हैं, कि हमें कोई एक प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करवाना है इंटर्न को, उस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए जो टेक्नोलॉजी चाहिए उसका वीडियो हमने स्टूडेंट को मेल कर दिया, वो उस सेशन को देखते हैं, फिर उसके बाद इवैल्यूएशन देते हैं। अगर हमें लगता है कि हाँ ठीक है थोड़ा बहुत भी क्लियर कर पा रहे हैं, 50% मार्क्स भी हैं, तो हम उनको फिर पर्सनली उनके साथ बात करके उनको हम पूरी चीज समझा के वो प्रोजेक्ट हम उनको सिखा देंगे कि कैसे बनाया जाता है, ओके। तो उससे क्या होगा, एक प्रोजेक्ट तो हम सिखा देंगे, बट आगे ही विल बी केपेबल ऑफ डूइंग एन ऑल्टरनेट प्रोजेक्ट। सो दिस इज व्हाट वी वांट, कि जो इंटर्न्स अभी सीखें, दे शुड बी कनेक्टेड विद अस आफ्टर दिस इंटर्नशिप आल्सो, सो दैट वो और लॉन्ग टर्म अच्छे अच्छे बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स बना सकें, दैट विल हेल्प। Next, sir, due to some technical issue, I was not able to complete evaluation. What to do now? We will send the re-evaluation tests again. Sir, if I joined today and missed the previous evaluation, not a problem. You won't be losing any marks if you have joined today. From the date of your joining, whatever evaluation test come to you, you can take it. Okay, that won't be a problem at all. You can skip any number of tests. That is also not a problem. If you are getting a test which cannot be if you can get a test which is of not your course, you can skip that test. Don't worry at all. The major idea behind is not evaluations. You understand my point? The major idea behind is you all have to go through with all the topics given to you right from the first course. Okay. So in fact, if you know Python, you can skip Python. But if you don't know Python, it's better. You can start with Python programming language. If you're interested towards full stack designing, you can start with full stack designing. That can be done. That is not a problem. But by the end, what we want, if you are capable enough to go through all those sessions are connected to each other. All those sessions means all those courses are connected to each other. Python is connected to data science. Data science is connected to artificial and intelligence and deep learning. That deep learning is associated with exporting the deep learning in form of a website. So it's associated with full stack. Then security of that full stack website is also associated with ethical hacking course. So all the courses which are available in your one-to-one account are connected to each other. Okay. Second, next. So my doubt has been answered. Now I am feeling lucky. I know C and C++. Can you suggest some website to make toy projects? So there are many websites to create the games, but I would like to suggest that in case if you want to explore something on GitHub, you will get that. Git will give you a lot of projects. Otherwise, I'm going to search. There were various projects on machine learning based C++ designing to create the toy projects, and you can quickly search that on Git. Moreover, but before you go into designing the game projects, what I would suggest you is you can do one thing. You can go here. In case if you want to excel in C++ programming, here we have a section known as lead code solutions and DS algos. So here what we have done for interview preparations, whatever is required, we have kept all these things. All the notes for preparation of the interviews and whatever is asked in the company, and in all the languages like Python, C++, C and Java, we have all the solutions available. So it's better Irrespective of your language, you can start with this, and what you can do is, here we have all the data structures explained for everything. Let's say if you want to learn about graphs, tree, anything, all the concepts, backtracking, everything is declared here with respect to the interviews. Okay, that how you can quickly understand the function type, the definition of that, and you can quickly grab the right information. So all the algorithms are in sequence. So in case if you may be asking that, is there a document where all the algorithms which are asked in the industry are in sequence? So yes, this is the document, you can quickly read it. Similarly, here is the coding interview for the universities, for everything, for the universities as in for any company. If you have to get started with the interview process, this is the complete process. How to get started, how to select your subject, and how to get started with data structure, sorting, in sequence, everything is there. Okay. And once you're done with the basics, second is solving the problems. Okay. So here are the problems on lead code, and in my previous discussion session, I've already told everyone that companies recruit the candidates who are capable of solving problems on online judge-based platforms like Lead Code, Career Cup. Okay, so all the questions which the companies ask are available on these platforms, and on the Trello card which I have shared, there are the solution for each of the problems available on that platforms in the languages like Python, C++, and Java. Okay, so you can select one language, take that problem. Okay, let's say this is the problem. You can see the problem here on leadcode.com. Here is the problem. Okay, previously we have given the solution also. So here you can quickly see the solution of that in case if you don't know. So here the complete solution is implemented in that format, what it is and how you have to write that best code. So you understand and implement it on these lead code platforms so that you get a score. This score on lead code is very valuable. So in case if you go for an interview and if you show your ranking on lead code that I have solved, let's say 1200 problems. Okay. So here the problem starts from the first problem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in sequence. I'm going to show you on lead code. The problems are available in sequence. This is the first problem, and I will actually show you where these problems are. So all the problems in the sequence are available. Okay, let's say, where is the problem product? Okay, just give me a moment. हाँ, ये ना प्रॉब्लम्स. So यहाँ पे आप देखोगे तो ये सारी algorithms, databases और concurrency की प्रॉब्लम्स है, राइट फ्रॉम हियर 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 इन सीक्वेंस. ठीक है, और इन सारे प्रॉब्लम्स के जो सोल्यूशन है आपके पास सारे लैंग्वेजेस में अवेलेबल हैं इन सीक्वेंस. तो अब आप क्या कर सकते हो, आप ये सारी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर लो. ठीक है, और ये सारे कंपनीज हैं जो पूछते हैं, गूगल, फेसबुक, अमेजन, वट एवर कंपनी यू वांट टू वर्क विद, ऑल द कंपनीज आर अवेलेबल हियर ऑन द प्लेटफॉर्म. सो वंस यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व ऑल दिस क्वेश्चंस, यहाँ पे अगर आप ओवरऑल देखोगे तो अप्रॉक्सीमेटली इनके पास मेरे ख्याल से 1200 या 1400 एप्लीकेशंस अभी तक हैं अवेलेबल. टोटल नंबर ऑफ जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. ठीक है, इतनी लगभग प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. 1454 प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, 1495. ठीक है, तो लगभग 1200-1300 प्रॉब्लम्स के सॉल्यूशन यहाँ पे अवेलेबल हैं. ठीक है, और भी हैं 1200 तक यहाँ पे. तो अगर आप किसी एक लैंग्वेज में 100-200 प्रॉब्लम्स भी सॉल्व कर लेते हो ना, तो भी आप एक नेक्स्ट लेवल प्रोग्रामर बन जाओगे. तो मैं तो आपको कह रहा हूँ कि अगर आपके पास 1 साल है तो आप ये 1200 प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दो. 365 दिन होते हैं आपके पास, एक दिन में 3 प्रॉब्लम आप सॉल्व कर लो. नहीं तो अगर आप सेकेंड ईयर में हो तो 2 साल में सॉल्व कर लो. तो भी आप, लेकिन आप अगर दिन में 2 प्रॉब्लम भी सॉल्व कर लेते हो ना, आपका काम हो गया. यू आर गोइंग टू क्रैक एनी इंटरव्यू कमिंग योर वे. ओके, सो अपनी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स पे काम कर लीजिए और अपने डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स पे काम कर लीजिए. तो आपको बेसिक फ्रेशर लेवल पे तो जॉब्स मिल जाएंगी, बट अगर आपको प्रोजेक्ट वाइज टेक्नोलॉजी के ऊपर काम करना है, अच्छे लेवल पे जाना है, बेसिक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करके आपको फ्रेशर लेवल की जॉब मिल जाएगी. बट अगर इसी में आप टेक्नोलॉजी भी सीख लेते हो और कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी जैसे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, साइबर सिक्योरिटी, डिजाइन, इंडस्ट्रियल लेवल ऑफ एप्लीकेशन एंड यूजर इंटरफेस, तो भाई साहब आपका पैकेज ही लगेगा फिर ऐसे 50 लाख 1 करोड़ वाला, समझ लो. So that is what you guys need to work out, and that is the overall focus for us behind this internship. Okay. Now let's see. So I think we are done with that. If I've done today, I've answered that. I'm feeling lucky. Lot. There was my college in my pick. Okay, Manzar Sahil, and my class. That's your class, maybe. Okay. So when can we expect new evaluation tests? So they will be sent randomly. Since there are various students have enrolled, and they are of different levels and types. So I'm just working on the way that how we can actually help them in identifying different evaluation tests. And I'm thinking of asking them what kind of courses they are currently doing, and I'm going to send the evaluation test in that way. So I'm working out on it, that how I'm going to organize different levels of interns which are available. So we'll be sending evaluation tests as per the requirements of our project. So you don't worry about the evaluation test as of now. Just worry about the learning. Worry about that videos which are given to you. Go through with the sessions, implement them step by step, okay? And they will draw a lot of great information in you. And once you guys are done with that, then you will be able to understand what we have discussed today, okay? So let's say we are discussing UI designing, but it's of no use in case if you do not understand the basics of Android, okay? So if I will start teaching you basics of Android today, I won't have that time, neither you will have that time to reach out to that UI level, okay? Because the concept which I have shown you today may not be included in any Android course available in the market. You understand my point. The courses ends at a place where we want to begin in this internship, you know. So what generally happens is a student joins for a beginner level Android course, let's say. So if I will be teaching him, or if I will be training him on Android, like from the very basics, let's say how to create a button which is required for him, I won't be able to make the latest content or the new content, okay? And that won't be justified for the previous users, those who are learning Android. So we do have already recorded very nice sessions, okay? Those sessions you guys can utilize. Since you may be beginners, just utilize the sessions, okay? And let us work on the advanced concepts, because by the time you learn those sessions, the current video series which we are recording on high-end UI designing and working out on projects with DRDOs and all that, whatever we will be recording, that will be the next future asset which is coming to you. But if you will leave the topics which are currently given to you won't be able to land up in what we are discussing today and what we will be discussing in future. You won't be able to get that knowledge, you know. So that's why I'm saying just go through with the sessions, irrespective of any sequence. Just identify which course you want to do. If you don't know any programming language, start from Python. If you're interested towards working on machine learning AI, start with data science and machine learning course. If you're working on full stack website designing, start with full stack website designing course. If you're interested towards ethical hacking, start with ethical hacking course. In case if you want to work on Android mobile application development, you start with Android course on Trello. Okay. So let me just forward that URL with all of you, the link which I have shared here. Let me just forward that so that you all will be able to access all that material which we are providing. Okay, so irrespective of anything, just get access to the material, learn it, and you are going to get a lot of benefits out of it. Arsh Bhatia, how can we start right now with Hackveda? Harsh, you can start right now with Hackveda using what is the name? Arsh. You can start here, https www.hackveda.in/events.php. Okay, here is the URL. You can register. You will get access to one-to-one account where you will get access to various video sessions. Okay, and you can start right away. Next, sir, what approach should I follow to effectively learn from this course and internship? So the approach which you should follow, as I already told you, just log into the account one-to-one. Okay, where is that? Okay, I'll just log in here, hackveda.in/121. So you have to reach out to our website, hackveda.in121. Okay, and let me just get an account. So I think we had a very long session today, approximately 2 hours 30 minutes. Just give me a moment. I'm just winding it up with the final account display. And in case if there is any questions, kindly post, so that we are done with today's session of UI designing, and we'll be working out on more sessions. I will be creating, since I got to see about a lot of Windows users, that's why in the internship information we have asked for people to specify that what operating system you are using, so that we can organize the sessions accordingly. Okay, but I don't have got enough information on that, and depending on the number of devices available, I have organized the sessions with Mac. So it's not a problem for me. I have both the operating systems, Windows and Mac, and I can organize it both ways, so that won't be a problem at all. But I need you guys to get our emails, identify what has been conveyed in the email, try to implement that practically. That will actually draw a lot of knowledge to you. Okay, a lot of knowledge, as well as you will be able to follow the sequence. And just last 1 minute, I'm just getting that. I'll just log in with one sample account. I think my internet is a little slow. By the time it loads up, I'll just quickly check in case if there is any question. No, all the questions have been done, I believe. So rest, stay assured, go to Hackveda 1-to-1, identify the best time where you can learn the technology well, and with the topics, with the first level video sessions provided to you, kindly understand the concepts, implement them practically, get evaluated, so that we will identify that what is your current knowledge level on the basis of tests. There are very nice students, those who have joined the internship, because I have seen a lot of students scoring full marks, 28 out of 28 and like that. So I'm just speaking to them, manually, let's say, and I'm just identifying. Okay, so I'm just logging into an account. Let's say I have got an account of Manas Srivastava. I'm just signing into that account, and here are the sessions which have been allotted. So it starts with Python programming, data science, unsupervised, ethical hacking, and security. Okay. So let's say, in case you can start, in what sequence you should start, let me just show you. So it's always a good idea to start with a programming language. And that's why we have done that in a sequence. So we want a person to get started with Python programming first, and then go with data science and machine learning. When he does data science and machine learning, there are some web development concepts used. So he can make use of full stack website development in order to get the understanding better that how I can completely design web applications in a nice way. When he will be designing web applications, he need to ensure the security of the web applications, because all the applications will be deployed on cloud and confidential information would be there. So these are the assets to this data science and machine learning course. Now, after this data science and machine learning course, the next sequence is go for machine learning unsupervised, and after that, go to artificial intelligence deep learning. So these four technologies, okay, ये जो technologies हैं आपके सामने, ये वो technologies हैं जो आपको position दिलवाएंगी. ठीक है, जैसे मार्केट में कोई मांगेगा कि हमें एक डेटा साइंटिस्ट चाहिए. Okay, so this is the position which you will get to have. Okay, along with these will be your assets. इस asset से क्या होगा कि डेटा साइंटिस्ट जो है वो वेब प्रोडक्ट्स बना पाएगा और सिक्योर प्रोडक्ट्स बना पाएगा. That will be the final output which you guys will get to have. Okay, प्लस यहाँ पे अभी हम और भी कोर्सेज ऐड ऑन करेंगे इसके अंदर, ताकि आप मोबाइल ऐप्स भी बना सकें, अच्छी यूआई डिजाइन्स बना सकें, ठीक है। और भी जो आपको ऐड ऑन चाहिए टेक्नोलॉजी के अंदर, वो भी हम इसमें करिकुलम ऐड करेंगे, ताकि आप क्या बन सकें, आप इस तरीके के पोजीशंस को आप एक्सेस कर सकें। कैसे पोजीशंस को? सो देयर आर वेरियस हायरिंग रिक्वायरमेंट्स in the industry for the positions of data science and everything. So let's say this is the profiles and the jobs which are available. So you can see people are asking for UI developer and a lot of things. But let's say if I focus towards one type of job, let's say I focus towards data science. Okay. So let's say if I'm searching for a person, let's say I'm searching for someone with data science. So let's say Swiggy is asking for data. Okay, machine learning, that is the requirement, junior data scientist. बट अब आप यहाँ पे देखो, जब आप किसी भी पोजीशन के लिए अप्लाई करोगे, ठीक है, जैसे डेटा साइंटिस्ट की बहुत सारी पोजीशंस हैं, जब आप इस पोजीशन के लिए अप्लाई करते हो तो अब आपको क्या मिलेगा? पोजीशन तो आपकी मशीन लर्निंग इंजीनियर है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे स्विगी के बारे में लिखा हुआ है, बट आपको क्या आना चाहिए? आपको एआई मशीन लर्निंग आना चाहिए, ठीक है। अब आप क्या क्या करोगे? सबसे पहले आपके पास लोकेशन इंटेलिजेंस पे काम करोगे, ठीक है। डीप लर्निंग, मशीन लर्निंग आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज होंगी, ये आपको समझ में आना चाहिए। आपको अल्गोरिदम्स की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, डेटा माइनिंग स्ट्रैटेजीज आपको पता होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। इसके साथ में आपको AWS के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, आपको अदर लाइब्रेरीज पता होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। एयरफ्लो, जीरा आपको पता होना चाहिए, काइंड ऑफ दैट। इसी तरीके से आप देखो, पाइथन प्रोग्रामिंग तो हो गया, फंक्शनल प्रोग्रामिंग हो गया, इसी तरीके से मतलब कई सारी चीजें। तो अब अगर आपको ऐसा कुछ करना है तो इसके लिए आपको क्या क्या आना चाहिए? पाइथन प्रोग्रामिंग आनी चाहिए, फुल स्टैक वेबसाइट डेवलपमेंट उसके लिए आपको आना चाहिए, मोबाइल प्रोग्रामिंग आनी चाहिए। ये सब रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं उस तरीके की जॉब प्रोफाइल की, ठीक है। AWS क्लाउड आना चाहिए, पाइथन आना चाहिए, मशीन लर्निंग आना चाहिए, बिग डेटा आना चाहिए, ताकि आप स्विगी जैसे लार्ज डेटाबेस को हैंडल कर पाए, ठीक है। तो आपको सिर्फ एक टेक्नोलॉजी पाइथन कर लेने से जॉब मिलेगा ऐसा नहीं है, या आपको कोई करियर सेटअप होगा ऐसा नहीं है। सिर्फ डेटा साइंस कर लेने से करियर मिलेगा ऐसा नहीं है, आपको क्लाउड भी पता होना चाहिए, AIML भी पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है, लाइक दैट। सिमिलरली यही अगर मैं आपसे कहूँ कि आप कहते हो कि नहीं ठीक है, हम ना किसी UI डेवलपर के लिए चले जाते हैं, मान लो हमने एक टॉपिक देखा आज जिसमें यूजर इंटरफेस डेवलपर की मान लो रिक्वायरमेंट है, वेब एप्लीकेशन डेवलपर का सुतारा करके कोई कंपनी है, ठीक है। अब देखो ये क्या मांग रही है, ये मांग रही कि एबिलिटी टू डिजाइन यूजर इंटरफेसेस फॉर वेब एप्लीकेशंस, ये सब चीजें आनी चाहिए। बाकी और क्या क्या आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज होनी चाहिए, ये आप देख सकते हैं हमारे वेबसाइट पूरी क्लियरली है कि सर्वर प्लेटफॉर्म के बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है। बहुत सारी गाइडलाइंस है। अब इस तरीके के प्रोग्राम को करने के लिए आपको क्या क्या पता होना चाहिए? फुल स्टैक में जावा एंटरप्राइज आपको पता होना चाहिए, फुल स्टैक वेबसाइट डेवलपमेंट की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, आपको अदर सर्वर साइड कॉन्फ़िगरेशंस की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, इंटरव्यूज की नॉलेज आपको होनी चाहिए, यहाँ पे मांगा होगा कहीं पे, ठीक है। लेट्स ये देखो क्या क्या मांगा है, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, jQuery, JavaScript, React.js, Angular, समझ रहे हो? तो ये तो वेबसाइट डिजाइनिंग का पार्ट हो गया, ओके। जावास्क्रिप्ट हो गई, इस तरीके से अलग अलग बहुत सारी चीजें मांगी जाती हैं व्हेन इट कम्स टू सम डिजाइनिंग। तो आप फुल स्टैक का प्रोग्राम करोगे, बट जब फाइनल प्रोडक्ट बनाओगे तो आपको पता होनी चाहिए चीजें। तो इसी तरीके से यहाँ पे हमारा जो कंटेंट है, कोई भी आप देखोगे जावा के लिए, अगर आप देखोगे तो सिर्फ जावा मांगा है ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है। जावा करोगे तो MySQL भी आना चाहिए, डेटाबेसेस भी आना चाहिए, ठीक है, रेस्ट APIs आपको पता होनी चाहिए, डेटा साइंस की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, AIML पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है। तो पोजीशन तो है जावा डेवलपर, ठीक है, बट रिक्वायरमेंट में क्या क्या है, सब कुछ है। NLP पता होना चाहिए, J2E, हाइबरनेट, माइक्रो सर्विसेज आनी चाहिए, स्प्रिंग आना चाहिए, वेब सर्विसेज पता होना चाहिए। तो आपको मल्टीपल चीजें हमेशा आपके पास होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। तो आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि ये सारा करिकुलम अभी आप पेमेंट फॉर्मेट पे खरीदो, समझ लो, मतलब मैं आपको एक ऑब्जेक्ट बता रहा हूँ कि आपको 11 महीने लगेंगे इस काम को करने के लिए, अराउंड आपको एक्सपेंडिचर आएगा 76,000 रुपीज का। यही चीज अभी आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मिल रही है, जस्ट टू लर्न, इम्प्लीमेंट एंड डेवलप द रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट्स, ओके। तो ये जो कंटेंट्स हैं ये हमने अपने सारे स्टूडेंट्स को रिक्वायरमेंट बेसिस के ऊपर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट अलॉट किए हैं, ताकि उन चीज़ों को सीख पाएं। इसीलिए इंटर्नशिप है। इंटर्नशिप का यही ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि आप इन प्रोफाइल्स के लिए रेडी हो सकें। अगर आप जावा सीख रहे हैं तो जावा के लिए और साथ में जितनी चीजें चाहिए एक प्रोफेशनली प्रोफाइल क्रिएट करने के लिए, दैट यू ऑल शुड बी एबल टू लर्न. So that's what is the overall requirement. Okay. Final question. Uh, so the completion of videos is fully self-paced. So how will we know if we completed the course and can go further with internship? On the basis of evaluation, Arushi. So it is self-paced, but you will be getting evaluations. Okay. We are sending daily evaluations on different concepts. So once you get that, you have to pass the evaluation test, and we will get to know that you are ready for internship. Okay. So we are observing the candidates daily by sending them evaluation tests and speaking with them and identifying what exactly they are doing and learning. And we are interacting with majorly all of them. Okay. So each day over the website, even me and various other team members of mine are actually interacting with thousands of students, and we are handling thousands of queries daily. Okay. In fact, students are currently studying will queries. Okay, so we are actually trying to handle all the very specific queries, and you can see there are thousands of queries coming to us. These are the queries right from I'm here in the session from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So we will be speaking to all the candidates. We are actually speaking to all of them and trying to solve all their problems and helping them out and learn them a lot of stuff. So the complete support is available along with the great tutorials, and everything is available free of cost. That is one of the best benefits, along with the certificates and everything. So we are working hard in order to groom the actual knowledge of the students and make the best use of this internship. And the content which is provided to you is of very high quality, and it is actually aligned to make your career. It might be difficult for you to understand what is happening at the moment, maybe, but if you follow the appropriate structure as given in the one-to-one account, that will be helpful. Otherwise, you can start with any course as per your interest. And about tests and evaluations, we are sending the evaluation tests on email. We are identifying the candidates and we are speaking to them, as we cannot speak to all the 1300 and 1400 students on daily basis. So we are just evaluating all of them and just speaking to a couple of them, those who are scoring high marks. Okay. And as soon as we are allotting the projects, we will be coming out to those students, those who have secured less marks also. Okay, so we are going in the descending order, right from the top scorers to the bottom scorers, and we will reach out to all the type of scorers, right from top to the bottom scorers, and we'll allot the projects to everyone. Okay, so everybody will get the projects to work on. Everybody will get to have learning of all different courses. These courses will also be available for you with Hackveda's lifetime. So that won't be a problem to you all, and you all will be, and I hope you all will be learning a lot of great stuff. Okay, so that's all for our today's session, and let's just meet soon for the upcoming sessions. Try to follow all the instructions which are given to you on email properly. In fact, we have started sending the instructions in the SMS also, so that in case if you don't receive email, you're going to receive the SMS. Okay. In case if you don't receive the SMS, you might get the emails. So just try to stay attentive and identify what all information is given to you. Just make use of that information. In case if you get any confusion, reach out to the Talk to Mentor on our website. So on all panel at the very bottom on the right hand side, we have this Talk to Mentor option. You all can speak to us here, and we will respond your query as soon as possible. In case if we are occupied, we all are occupied, then it may be possible you may get certain delays in the answer, and that would be very rare. But otherwise, you guys are going to get all the solutions right away. So while watching the videos, in case if you guys need any resource, in case if you miss something, anything like that, you can speak to us directly, and our mentors will quickly help you out in sorting that. Okay. So all the best. Get started with learning. See, as various people are already learning at the moment here. So I wish you all go there, go to one-to-one account, open your video sessions. They are highly practical. Learn them, implement them. If you have any queries, ask the queries with us, and we will help you out. So guys, thank you so much for being available. Thank you so much for being so patient and having this. Thank you, sir. I'm doing Python right now and I received a data sign. Can I give later? Yes. In case if you received any test which is not relevant to your subject, you can skip the test. That won't be a problem. Java DS and algorithms, React JS will be uploaded. Ritika Ghosh, Java DS and everything is already uploaded here. Interns group. Okay. So Node.js and everything like full stack, Node.js, Angular is here. C++, Java, problem statements, data structures. This is the data structures, DS and algos. Okay. So all here you have the DS and algos session along with in DS with C++ is here. Okay. You can directly open this PDF file and within this PDF file, we have all these direct video content. So what you can do is, let's say in case if you want to start with STL or anything like that. Okay. So let's say if I want to work on STL, this is advanced C++, I can click on that topic and it will directly take you to the video session. So there is a PDF in which collectively we have given all the video topics. You can quickly open that and get started with that.
So now we are going to understand the concept of, let's say, statement exam. और क्या फाइंड करना है मेरे को जो
so somehow like this each video series is available step by step where you can actually learn a lot of great stuff. Okay, so similarly this is available. I am going to share that with you on your YouTube. So at Ritika Ghosh, here you can find out the link and you can get access to all the content. Ankit Prajapati, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Ankit. Thank you so much for the kind words. And Nanak, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Let's catch up again.